How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Brain Damage, the premier pronouns podcast. And today we are here with
Midnight Miles, they, them.
So yeah, please announce your name and then your pronouns after, buddy.
Well, I'm Vengeance.
Is that a pronoun?
Who are you?
No.
I'm just saying my name.
He Vengeance.
He, him, Vengeance.
Dynamite Jared. I had funny pronouns earlier that I thought of and I can't remember them.
You shouldn't
now.
have went third, bro.
Yeah, fuck it. He, him.
Maisie, you gotta go.
Boo this man.
Maisie, you gotta go.
Okay.
You're here.
Yeah, Mazer Laser. She, they.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Here we go. What's your pronouns, Vengeance?
I said he, him.
Did you? I thought you
Yes.
just said vengeance.
No, I said
asked if that was a pronoun.
Well, we're here talking about pronouns today because we just saw the Batman, and so we're here to discuss the first official they them Batman in film history.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Is it really the first?
Who would be
Well,
before? Adam West?
Adam what? I mean,
Can we all? I mean, I feel like besides the Dark Knight trilogy, all the other Batman films have a little bit of a, they're a little on the queer spectrum. They're pretty. Yeah, okay, yeah, they're a little.
I don't think
they're a
all of
little
them,
queer.
just the Joel Schumacher ones.
Well,
You think Michael Keaton Batman's gay?
I
don't
think
think-
I think Batman's a little gay just in general. I don't know.
what do you think about Jack Nicholson's Joker? I definitely think he's bi, bro.
I think that every
he's
iteration
pretty-
of the Joker has potential to be bisexual.
Yeah, pretty bisexual. For real. Like, no, there's not even like.
There's always
it's-
chaotic bisexual energy with the Joker.
Yeah, it's
True.
true. It's very true.
That's why I like him.
facts.
All right. So I
So
guess
what's been going on, guys? It's been a hot minute since we've done one of these.
Well, we've all seemingly survived the Cleveland or Northeast Ohio winter because today's the warmest day in like
This is
4
the-
months.
This is
the
full
warmest
spring.
day of all time.
full spring or spring of deception. We're in one of those right now, so it's not over yet.
Probably
We haven't survived
deception.
yet.
We probably have one more little. I can't think of the right word. Not term, but one more little.
One more little, then it's a fucking blizzard next week.
Yeah, it'll probably be a blizzard in
Yeah,
5
next
days.
Saturday's supposed to be 29 degrees.
Well, there you go. We're good.
I'm gonna go over and grab my water. What's been going on with you, buddy?
Not too much, man.
Vengeance.
Very, very well. You guys have already been
Oh.
here. Maisie's got a couple more years, but I've got less than 20 days left of my 20s. So just been coming to terms with that.
Oh man,
But I mean, you guys. Have
it's
been
not
there.
that bad. You'll still feel like you're like 26 for like the longest time.
Yeah, it's all about how you feel.
30s are the new 20s, man.
What?
That's what they say. I don't know.
What are 20s then?
20s, I still felt like I was a teenager like the entire time. I seriously just felt like nothing could touch me and I could do no wrong when I was in my 20s. Yeah.
Oh.
I just thought that just like there were no consequences for really anything in my 20s. I was still trying to trespass and do stupid shit all the time.
You would do that now.
Well, because now I'm in my new 20s.
Jared's like, 10 years go by. Jared's like, yo, I heard 40s, your new 20, bro.
40s are the new 30s, and I know they still do some wacky shit in their 30s in How I Met Your Mother. So in Friends, they're still doing some goofy stuff. So there's still a lot of time for me to be youthful and stupid.
When you're, no offense, Maisie, but when you're like honestly like until you're like probably like 26.
Coming for your throat.
No, until you're like around 26. And I look back, like you're very much like it's kind of just like you are that young, true young adult. Like even if you're mature, like you're young when you're in your.
I was gonna
early
say until I'm
20s.
26, you're still a teenager.
Well, not by definition, but yeah. I guess
No, but
way.
like pretty much feel like one, just like a teenager with a job instead of high school. You worked in high school. I didn't work in high
Yeah, I
school,
did
so
work.
like
I worked in high school. Well, my life will end when I turn 26, though, because that's when I get off my mom's health insurance. So
See, maybe that's what I meant. I just subconsciously.
that's when real adulthood
That's what you
starts.
subconsciously.
I got kicked off my mom's health insurance when I was 18.
Well, yeah, when we were coming up,
Yeah, I
you
tried
were
to.
kicked off
Well,
were
my
kicked
mom
off
has really
at-
good insurance. I think that's part of it. But also,
It caught me by surprise too.
Well, that was before.
My mom didn't even say anything to me. Like I just made like a doctor's appointment.
They were like,
I went to.
have no health
Listen, I had
insurance?
no idea what the fuck I was doing. I was just feeling sick one day, and I literally called my pediatrician, made an appointment.
Absolute fucking king.
Literally made an appointment with fucking Dr. Ragupathy, and
Ratatouille, Dr. Ratatouille over here. Fuck.
showed up, right? This dude still checked me out, whatever, gave me a prescription, but then he was literally like, hey, he's like, hey, you're 18 now. I can't see you anymore because I'm a pediatrician. And I was like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, also, you have no health insurance. You're not on your mom's health insurance, so this is going to cost a lot of money. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on? I like call my mom after. I'm like, Mom, what's going on? And she's like, yeah, you're 18. Like, you're not on my health insurance anymore.
How much did that set you back?
I don't fucking remember.
Oh, well,
I probably made my mom pay for it. I was like, you fucking pranked me. Like, what is this?
They they
you've
started
been punked.
they started that like you could be as long as you were back in like college. That you could be on health insurance until you're 26, like 2 or 3 years after we got out.
Well, her mom just has really good health insurance.
No, but I mean they have that rule now. Like as long as you like went to college or were in
yeah,
college,
I
you
think
can be
that
there
plays
till
a part in it
26.
too.
I went to
'cause
college and they were still like, you're fucked.
I lost dental and vision once I stopped being a student. So I guess once you're no longer in school, you no longer need to see. I don't know.
Or chew food.
Yeah. So I haven't been to the dentist and I have teeth pain, so that's.
You should, as someone who works in the dental field, going to the dentist is actually way more important than people think. But I
Jared
understand.
hardly brushes his teeth half the time.
That's not true. I brush my teeth every night or every morning when I wake up.
Man, I feel like we're getting.
I brush my teeth in the
getting
shower.
Yeah, we're getting.
I brush my teeth in the shower and she sees me do it every fucking time, yet still tells me that I don't brush my teeth.
That one time you were like, I forgot.
I forgot one time.
You-
and
I
then she,
remember.
that equals me
every,
fucking
every
like
time.
every
Never
day.
does it.
All right,
But I will admit that I haven't been to the dentist and I
I haven't
literally
been to the
can't. I
dentist.
can't recall. Like it had to be sometime in my teens, and
wow.
and I just don't even remember. My mom didn't. My mom was literally like, "Oh, there's fluoride in the water now. You guys are better off than we were." And just like I was like, "Okay." I drink filtered water at Buddy's house. It probably gets all the fluoride out.
You had something to say.
I was gonna say, buddy, what do you?
What is
What
my
are
what is my
your
t-
issues with the healthcare system, or what things are you?
I'm not-
what things
I
are you
haven't been.
stressed about?
I haven't been to the doctor in a long time. Haven't been to the dentist in a very long time as well. So, luckily, up till this point, I've been pretty healthy.
You better knock on this
So
really nice
knocking
wood
on this
table. This,
this
is real
fa-
wood.
this fake wooden
No,
table
this is
as he shakes every.
Solid oak right there. No, I can feel the particle board
Oh, but
underneath.
we learned recently the true pain of not having health insurance. Hello.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I was in a pretty bad accident. That's what's been going on with me. I was in a pretty bad accident earlier this week. Not to be a Debbie Downer, but I'll just say that I don't really remember it. I just kind of like, there was like, all I remember is a guy coming from my left side. And then I have like a slight memory of being in the car and seeing the cracked windshield, potentially texting Maisie saying I was in an accident.
You did do that.
I did do that. Yeah, I mean, I have the text receipts on my phone.
It's just the question if you remember it. If you're just.
It's like a faint, like,
instinctual.
and then the next thing you know, I was in the back of an ambulance, like on the phone with Maisie, and I just don't remember like them taking me out of my car, like any of that shit. I don't remember the moment of impact. I don't remember any of that. And so I had to go to the hospital. They put me in the CAT scan, x-rayed my neck. They said everything was good, but it was ACMC, so there's probably some severe gray matter in my brain now, and I probably have CTE.
Instant CTE.
I'm going to murder my entire family.
Oh,
You know, hopefully, worst case scenario, you just flying headbutt Austin at one point, like, and you don't remember that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty scary.
It was really scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary.
But thankfully, I'm okay, I guess. I had a headache for a couple of days, and I'm good now. I'm good.
Miles, what's been up, cat?
I was like,
You just got back from Fried Pakora Live or some shit. What the hell were you doing?
Tom Segura live,
Oh, what the
famous
hell's that?
comedian. Jesus Christ. It was good. It started too early. Ended too quickly, but the whole segment was very, 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 very funny. It was a very good show. Otherwise, not much. Just working a lot, living with Midnight Mocha, and just dealing with him. But honestly, just ready for the spring and the skateboard. So, yeah, nothing. I mean, here I am, made through the winter. I feel like we've all taken a break from all this just because, Northeast Ohio winters can be brutal.
True.
It's true. It's just true. I mean, it's facts.
I should have kept track of the amount of times you said true during the movie.
I said
think-
true. I literally said true every time fucking Batman appeared on the screen. Every time, especially every time he just walked into a crime scene, I was just like, true.
Well,
Speaking of,
should we get into it? I mean,
speaking of dental work,
okay.
there's a lot of criminals that probably needed some dental work after Batman was done with them in this movie. He really liked to punch people in the face.
Yeah, he
I
gave
wanna-
him
I-
business.
That's actually true. Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Let's just get right into this. This is a
get in the
spoiler
film,
review. If you guys haven't seen The Batman, what the fuck are you doing? Go watch it. It's a new Batman
Didn't
movie.
it just come out?
It just came out. We're very topical. And
Can we just pause and say thank you to Miles for? Do you want to do the stipulation of what we said to Miles about recording this show?
Oh, I knew he would show up once I laid down the fucking stipulation for the show that if he didn't show up for this podcast, that this was basically his only opportunity to discuss this film with us. And I knew that would fucking kill him.
I would just
he would
go
just
to-
show up.
I was just talking to Dylan about it.
I've done
Jesus
this. No, I've done this to him before. And I know that it just fucking burns his soul inside when he can't talk about a film because I swear to God,
It's not like you guys listen anyways.
I don't remember-
Talk to myself.
I don't remember what movie it was.
But we wouldn't talk to you about it.
Right.
That's the thing.
I don't remember what movie it was, but I've done this to you before. And I think it was a cookout here at Buddy's, and you just walked up to me and you're like, Kat, so you want to talk about this movie or whatever? And I literally just outright refused to fucking talk about
I
it.
probably just walked over to the stereo and was like, "That's fine."
Wasn't another thing that we were gonna do a show about it, and he?
I don't remember. I just remember doing this to him before, and I know that it kills him because he likes to talk about this shit with people. If I've seen a movie that he's seen, he needs to discuss it with me
Bro.
in some way.
I've been trying to get Jared on this fucking side note of I've actually texted Jared recently. It's like I look at my text. I'm like, you talked to Jared 1 year ago. I'm like, I'm gonna send him some texts about Gundam releasing all these movies for their 200 million.
You sent me a text about watching Gundam Thunderbolt right as me and Maisie were about to start the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well, I also sent it the day of the accident, so I realized it was bad timing. Obviously.
Yeah, I literally got out of the hospital and we watched Texas Chainsaw. We ordered
That's how we coped.
we ordered pizza. We ordered Luigi's Pizza and watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was pretty funny.
It's pretty funny.
It's a funny
It's,
movie.
it's just a lot of cool
Wait,
gore.
oh no, that movie made me angry.
How did it make you angry? I want to hear what you have to say.
They could have ended it pretty quickly. There was a whole scene where she could have just shot him in the back of his fucking head, but she had to have her stupid ass, "You don't remember me?" Just fucking kill him. I don't know. I was just screaming.
Oh, you mean what's her face?
The final girl or whatever.
The
coulda-
surviving girl.
Yeah, she could have had her. She could have just fucking
The
off
surviving
his ass.
woman.
from the original?
Yeah, the old.
She was a girl in the original, but now she's a woman.
Sally, right?
A very
Sally.
a very stupid
Oh,
woman.
and also
Sally was her name in the original, right?
when she should have been dead in the trash, and then all of a sudden she sat up and fired her gun and then died.
Yeah.
Like 20 minutes later.
She literally got fucking
When
Sliced in half
when
with the
she
chainsaw.
when he came up and she thought she was gonna do something Leatherface, like I can't remember exactly because I was like tired, like, but either picks her up and chainsaws her. or
He
does
just completely
something.
gutted her.
Yeah.
He's literally holding her up on a chainsaw and then just threw her.
Into
I
all the
was
shit.
screaming. I was like, thank God. I was just like, I don't know.
She has to be the worst detective of all time. I said this in the group. How the fuck could she not find him for 50 years? Did she just not check the abandoned ghost town?
Yeah, but does he ever leave the house? Like, it made it seem like he never leaves that one fucking house that he was living in.
I don't know. I was kind of
That
confused.
orphanage, quote unquote.
But I also think that dude who got his face, like his lip sliced or whatever, he should have died too. Like, I thought for sure he was dead, and then they go back into the house, and he just gets up, walks outside, and then he dies. But he got up, which I don't know. I was like,
that
okay.
first serious kill had me headbanging though when they're in the back of that police van
Oh,
and he grabs the guy, breaks his
yeah.
arm, and shoves his own fucking bone through his neck. I was
I
like, all right,
screamed.
fuck yeah.
Yeah, the kills were good. The kills were good.
There was actually a Texas Chainsaw Massacre in this film,
Yes.
which is
yes.
something that rarely happens. Well, I mean, like, it's called that, but you never see it, really.
Well, the original one, it's like what, one person dies by chainsaw in the original?
Yeah.
Hardly a massacre.
Yeah.
This was
Well, I mean,
lot
they
of
kill like what,
five
four
people.
or five people in the original, but only one is like by chainsaw.
I never
like
saw
the
that.
rest
By
of
the meat.
It's like a meat
mallet,
hammer,
meat
yeah.
hammer. The meat tenderizer.
Ew.
Buddy, you know all about it, right? Tenderizing that meat, bro.
you should know more than the rest of us,
Bro,
cat.
I haven't eaten tenderizing no meat in a long time.
What? That sounds like a
Go-
gay thing.
It is, but hey, go ahead. You interrupt. Yeah, you interrupt. You were speaking. What's up?
Huh? Oh, when they were on the bus and they were just like pounding on the windows.
Not trying to exit the windows.
No, and then the lady
Just
opens
pounding the
and she
windows.
was like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, I was like, well, at first I was like, isn't there an emergency exit on
In
this
the back
bus?
of the bus,
Yeah.
yeah.
Somewhere? And they're just pounding on the windows. And I was like, okay, maybe there's no emergency exit on the bus. All right, so now he's killing everybody. And then, like, after he murders everyone except for the one lady, she slides the window open. And I was just like, wait a second. Wait a minute. Hold on. No. Just no.
No, and then
Do you like
That-
that Shining reference in the bathroom,
Sorry.
cat?
Oh, you're
Oh
fine.
yeah.
I was like, why are they doing this?
That bus scene gave me big time Evil Dies Tonight vibes. Just how stupid the fucking scene was. Just how stupid and over the top it was. I was just like,
Yeah.
this is like on par stupidity with them chasing this like helpless fucking like
The escape
Like-
patient.
That,
Yeah.
that shit made me so sad too. That was so upsetting. In Halloween, but yeah, that bus shit. It was kind of funny though. I'm like, why do you gotta be like everybody just pulls out their phone? Like,
I feel like they just wanted to be like, yeah, city people are the most fucking ignorant, entitled people of all time.
I
was
felt
kinda
like I definitely felt like it was like kind of like a commentary like
yeah, they were like
on like
they were gentrifying the fucking
like
chainsaw town.
yeah.
I thought it was like trying to be like a biting commentary on like millennial and Gen Z culture.
Yeah.
How we always have to have our phones out and
Yeah.
everything. But I was like, it's just stupid.
It was stupid.
Like, it's not like that at all. Like, if some guy came onto a bus like that, it would not be.
No,
Nobody would fucking
like,
pull out their
no,
phone. They would
yeah.
try to fucking get away. Like,
Were
it's.
they trying to be funny?
Well, yeah, because they're like, oh, we're going to get you canceled in 5 seconds, bro.
Yeah, do
Like,
anything, we're gonna get you canceled, bro. Like,
I think they just thought there was like, oh, no way, some random guy's just gonna murder us on this bus. But he looks like an.
Why was it the most silent chainsaw on the planet? How did no one hear this guy coming? There was no revving at all. Like, if you have like an idle chainsaw, like Leatherface is straight up sneaking up on people.
Yeah.
I can suspend my disbelief. I'm just saying that.
I didn't even think about that. I was just kind of just like, this movie's stupid as hell. I'm just gonna sit here and watch it, I guess,
Yeah.
and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed
It
it
was just
too,
dumb
but I also
fun.
thought it was stupid, and I was really pissed off about the last like 2 minutes or 2 seconds when that was like that upset me. When he just ended it, he yoked her out of that fucking car. I was like,
Well, that's a nod to the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
well, I don't
right.
remember.
Well, I don't think you've ever seen the
Well,
original.
I just
You
saw
watched
the
the
remake
remake.
of
Yeah, the original is the goddamn. She's riding off on the truck. She's like the only survivor, and he's in the road, fucking dancing around with the goddamn chainsaw, and then it just goes to the credits.
I've seen that.
Is that in the remake as well?
It's been
I
so
don't
long
know.
since I've seen it. It's been at least 10 years. I've only watched the remake.
Maybe
probably
you've
twice.
I don't know. I may have
original.
even seen parts of the original too, because Joe likes to put that shit on all the time.
Bro.
So I could have seen it and not realized.
That chick though with the curly hair in the new one, she was hot. Just gotta throw it
What?
on there. I just gotta throw it
I
out
didn't
there.
like her. She was like a fake Rizzo. I'm like, why you
She's
gotta
yeah,
do that?
she's well. Everyone in the film just seemed fake and trash, but
I didn't
she's
like.
hot.
I didn't
She's
like her
hot.
sister. No offense, the school shooter victim could have been hotter. Ugh.
That was a random storyline. They're like, we're gonna grab everyone's like.
And
emotions and stuff.
what lesson did she learn? She survives this trauma of a school shooting, and
wants
then
to hold an AK or
then
whatever.
all of a sudden she's like, "Shit, guns are awesome."
Yeah, she's like fine with it. I'm just like,
She overcame her demon.
She
to-
said gun control, not gun bans.
so.
Yeah. Well, she didn't even fucking. I can't remember. She never even actually fired a gun in the movie, did she?
She just held that.
She,
just
like,
held
tried
that.
to-
She didn't shoot it. I forgot.
She pulled up and like the gun jammed, or like it either
yeah.
jammed or she just didn't have the fucking clip in it or something.
then
Because she pulled up like she was about to do something and then pulled the trigger and it was just like
nothing
click,
happened.
and then Leatherface was like LOL and just fucking like started beating the shit out of her or whatever. I don't.
I enjoyed the film as well. It's just
It was enjoyable, yeah.
It was just a stupid fun. I'm never going to watch it again. And anyone that enjoyed that can not say anything about Halloween Kills, because Halloween Kills was just like a better made version of that movie.
Yeah, it's a better
Yeah.
film for sure. Well, buddy, you want to lead us into? We started to talk about Batman, but we're on the new release stuff right now.
Well, let's
so-
fucking let's just get this out of the way. Miles, did you watch the new Dragon Ball Super superhero trailer?
No,
Okay. Piccolo has a new form, I guess.
really, I was an actual.
Yeah.
he's a yellow boy now.
He's yellow.
He has a
Bro, how many people are going to become quote unquote Super Saiyan?
Well,
There's
he's this is Ultimate Piccolo.
What?
So it's like
Classic.
like Ultimate Gohan, but it's Piccolo
So he's
now.
not green now. He's gold.
It's like yellowish green.
It's a new tint in like what
he's still green,
His
and he
arms
loses the lines on his arms.
Oh my god,
Oh,
he
really?
changes.
They just
species.
like fucking like
Yeah, he
go
just-
off. Yeah,
They're just like, hey, it's easier to make a just completely one color smooth animation.
it's very strange. The new trailer reveals like basically that. It reveals that Pan is indeed kidnapped by the Red Ribbon Army, and that's why Gohan's there. Like
Oh,
everybody theorized that that's what was happening, but
Gohan seems to be the star of the show.
and at the very end, there's like a mysterious pod that's like blinking danger, and like the translations were the worst evil ever seen will be awoken or something. So the gamma
classic.
androids are not the main.
Villain.
They're not the main villain of the movie.
Well, they're not
They'll
the
be like
final boss.
They're not the final
yeah,
boss,
they're
and
not.
like the prevailing theory is that they're going to bring Cell back at the end.
I
of
was
the
gonna say it
like,
has to be some kind of Cell, like version of Cell.
It'll be like it won't be Cell, but it'll be like
a clone
a
or
new
something
Cell
like that.
that is like stronger, more updated.
I'm fine with that.
Is that the thing with like the shitty animation? Or whatever?
It is piss.
Wait, can I? If I
Geek-
look-
Jared loves it.
I
Jared,
want to see it.
you were defending it all day today.
I said that I don't mind it as much as other people do. Like, I'm just excited to have a Dragon Ball movie. Every time you give me a Dragon Ball movie that isn't Dragon Ball Evolution, I'm like, all right, cool. Like,
it just
Do I-
pains my soul.
do I wish that it was traditional anime? 100%. Like I hate CGI anime. I can't stress that enough. Like,
Wait, this? Like it looks like.
no, it doesn't look like that.
Oh, what is
It
it?
does that. See, in still images, most of the time you can't really even tell. These are CGI. This is from the new
that
movie.
looks like hell.
Ooh,
That's from the
What?
new movie. That's from the new movie.
He's showing the worst photos I've ever seen in my life.
They're not that bad. Listen, compared to what she was looking at, this
Good.
What even is that?
it's fucking Beerus.
I know, but it just looks like a purple blob
It's a
with
fake.
ears.
It's a fake picture of Beerus. Yeah.
These look way fucking better than this fucking Pixar animation thing that was right there.
I think he looks cute.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Beerus is
Wait, so
awesome,
this is
though.
like 4K TV. That's like what 4K TV feels like. When we're watching the wrestling and then it's all.
Oh, when it's 8K.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank God,
8K.
WWE has stopped
Sorry.
doing that. I hope they don't bring it back for
They'll
WrestleMania.
bring it back for sure. Maybe not for WrestleMania, but like when I'm watching the NFL recently and stuff, they do a ton.
This is scary.
They do. Oh my god. They do a ton of 8K. Like when they go to commercial breaks and stuff, people on the sidelines, they'll shoot them in like.
When they
8K.
do it of the crowd, it's so ridiculous.
Why? Just why? Like it's not.
Does he have his nails painted?
No, just that Piccolo just has.
He has his nails painted.
Well, I've been watching a ton of Gundam
That's
lately,
from a video game.
and I've been
Who the fuck is that?
I was trying.
That's Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. They're the android enemies.
Stop This is fucking. Is he wearing a scarf? He looks really gay.
He's wearing. Oh. He's wearing
It's
his.
his Piccolo.
That's
outfit.
that's his
like-
Piccolo outfit. You see, you need to.
You
See, like, she's gonna watch this movie with me when it comes out, right? I'm assuming we're probably all going to see it
Yeah,
together.
yeah, probably.
You
I
need
would
to watch
hope.
Dragon Ball Z to like understand the relationship between Piccolo and Gohan.
Okay, well, whose job is it to put that on the TV? Yours.
Sometimes when I'm like, "Do you want to watch Dragon Ball?" You're like, "Eh."
So we have to watch Dragon Ball before I get to watch Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
You watched all of Dragon Ball Z. You haven't even seen Dragon Ball yourself. So why do I have to wait?
Well, because I need to watch
Yeah.
Dragon Ball.
Because he's trying to kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah,
here.
Well,
we-
we're taking so
He
long.
needs to watch Dragon Ball, so you need to watch it too.
Yeah,
Okay, but like
we're going to
can't-
go through the whole
we
series.
did- Oh my god.
We don't need to watch. We don't need to watch Super before this.
I would rather watch Super.
No, she wants to watch Super so bad, and I keep telling her it's literally
yeah,
the.
you-
First off, you need to watch the other ones.
gotta-
Secondly, it's not counting GT. Not counting GT, and I like Super. It's easily the worst. It's the worst. It's the worst canonical series.
From beginning to end, yes, but there's parts of the original Dragon Ball that are worse than parts of Super.
Yeah, Red Ribbon Army arc.
Right, terrible.
Yeah, and we've been,
Red Ribbon
we
Army.
just got out of that, and it's been really hard.
Guess what? And I told her Red
And they
Ribbon's
fucking
coming
come
back in the
back.
new movie, and she's like, "No!"
Yeah, I'm pissed.
It's hard because I watched all of those series so far apart. Like obviously because the way they came out, but I really like Super a lot. I mean,
I like Super. I like Super too. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to. I'm not trying to come across as I hate Super, but compared to Dragon Ball Z, it's like it's nowhere near as good.
I just want.
It's in a
to
different
see-
league.
I want to see Goku when he's like, I forgot my tractor.
Oh my god.
You got a long way to
You
go.
can just watch that clip over and over again.
I know, but then I'm like, oh, will I like the rest of this? Probably. Odds are, whatever, if it's like a thing that Jared likes and there's versions of it that he thinks aren't as good, I'll probably really like the things that he thinks aren't as good.
No, you will like Dragon Ball Z. Like, you might like Super more than me, but you'll like... If you like I Forgot My Tractor and Goku being stupid, there's plenty of that in Dragon Ball Z. Like, that's...
There's plenty of that in the entire series.
Dragon Ball Super is literally just Dragon Ball Z, just not done as well. That's like all it is. Dragon Ball Super is Dragon Ball Z, written by Akira Toriyama when he's much older and like less creative than he used to be,
And doesn't care as much.
and he doesn't give a shit. Yeah, like
Okay. I do want to meet Vegeta.
You want to meet Vegeta, huh?
she wants to. That's another thing. You got to see Vegeta from beginning to end to really understand.
That's fair, but
him.
like the thing that sucks about Dragon Ball is that I gotta deal with Yamcha, and then there's no Vegeta.
Yamcha's fun in Dragon Ball.
I think he's fun. I think he's more fun in Z.
I'm annoyed by him.
I think he's more fun in Z because he's in very limited doses,
Yeah.
and he either shows up and acts like an idiot, or he shows up and just gets fucking murdered.
Yeah.
I liked him in that parody thingy that I was watching on your phone.
Dragon Ball. She was watching Dragon Ball Z abridged.
I liked
on
the
thing.
parody Yamcha. He was funny.
They just kept on doing jokes about Vegeta fucking Bulma and Yamcha just being like, no!
Yamcha's good in Super, too.
Yamcha, I would say, is probably best in Super.
God
Fucking
bless
goes
you.
Giga Chad in the baseball thing until he fucking is down in the dirt again.
Super to me is way better than I thought it was going to be going into it because I watched it. I binged Super, which I normally don't do, and I had to watch because I had to finish Super by the time the film came out in theaters.
That was so insane. You and Joel were just fucking binging Super.
I watched.
Were you binging it as well?
Not during the same time, but yeah, I watched it in like that 2 weeks that we were doing the show. We were like doing it on the show.
I
We were
literally
talking
at
about
one
it.
point I was watching it on a like. I was going at like the Thursday showing, and you guys were, but you went to Erie, and it was like Tuesday, and I still had 20 episodes left. It's like 1 in the morning. I'm like holding my eyes open, trying to watch
George,
the show.
fucking
Like,
Gigolo George, he freaking he was binging it too. I swear to God, I have like all my friends, like
I'm just like, yeah.
all my friends. I was
for the
like,
Broly
listen. I was like, yeah. I text all my friends. Well, listen, Broly movie comes out in like 2 weeks. Have you watched Dragon Ball Super yet?
I was over
They're like,
halfway through.
They're like, oh
through the
no, and I was like, you got to binge the rest of the series.
See,
Even though, just for the one fucking Tournament of Power reference that's at the beginning of the Broly movie.
See, I think I binged it because I knew the last episode was coming. So I needed to finish it to watch the last episode when it came out so we could do the show.
I know that Ricky still hasn't watched Dragon Ball Super.
I know, and that was
That's
his
surprising.
big excuse was I'm going to wait until I can binge it. And it's been several years
Wow,
now.
I watched Super like 2 years ago. Over 2 years. When did Broly come out? 2019?
Broly-
Had to, yeah,
Broly-
2019.
Broly was 2018,
Understand
2019
ones.
because I was in Columbus when it came out because I saw it in
I think it was
Columbus.
spring 2019 because I definitely didn't finish Super before spring of 2019. The Broly film.
The Broly film?
It had to be spring of
Yeah,
2019.
Yeah,
2019
It was
sounds right.
early
Roughly 3 years.
2019.
It's been out for roughly 3 years in America, anyways.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
It was very, very good.
That movie was like the only thing wrong with that movie is that I wanted it to be longer.
True.
We should have got the 3-hour Akira Toriyama cut.
The Akira Toriyama director's cut.
There should have been 30 minutes of them and him and like Broly and them just all staring at each other in different angles.
Well, people.
Oh, there's another theory that Broly has a child already.
What?
Oh wow.
Because they released
Wow.
character sheets, and Chilai is like holding like this bag, but she's like supporting it like this, like she's like supporting a head in it.
Well, there
or
is
whatever.
a time skip because Trunks and Goten are like older now.
Yeah, this is supposed to be 1 year before the end of Z.
Wait, this film is?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I didn't realize it was actually took place during Z.
Well, all of Super takes place in between the last couple episodes of Z. Because
Everything
the
in
time
Super
skip.
takes place in between Majin Buu's death and then the last few episodes of Z. Because
Oh,
there's
actually,
a 10-year time skip at the end of Z.
Well, I knew that, but I actually didn't realize that was when Super took place. For some reason,
How could you not realize it when in the last few episodes of Z, Goten and Trunks are like 16 and they're like old, and
that's
in
true,
Super
yeah.
they're like fucking infants still.
Well, I watched the last episode of Dragon Ball Z when I was probably
By the
in
way,
high
one of the
school.
worst fucking last episodes of an anime ever.
Ever?
Maybe not ever.
Well, anyways,
but,
there was at least
but
a
like, god damn it,
13-year
when
gap.
I fucking watched the end of Z and it was over, and I was just like, that's it.
Legend Oob. I got shit for saying Oob's a fucking
Oob
thing,
is so stupid. Nobody likes like. Are you an Oob fan?
He doesn't have enough screen
Stan?
time to become a
There's
fan.
so many people on the internet that are like, bring Oob back. Oh my god, he's one of the most interesting characters. I was like,
I'm not gonna say
he's
that,
literally
but I
fucking
like
in
Oob.
2 episodes and just like all he does is get mad at Goku and then fly off with him. And then like they brought him back for a couple panels in the manga at the end of the Moro arc. He like gave Goku energy like for a spirit bomb or some stupid shit like that. And like everybody was like, "Oh my god!" Like,
But it was just like a reference.
Geekdom was
He
like,
just,
"This is a huge deal." Oh my god! Ooh, and I was like, nobody cares. Like, if Oob died in the first episode of Dragon Ball GT, I wouldn't have give a shit. Like, I don't care. I don't care.
Oob haters, stand up.
Goku's really gonna and by the end of Z, like Goku. At this point, we understand Goku's mastered Ultra Instinct by the time the end of Z happens.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's going to like train Oob to basically be like a god of destruction level like fucking character.
Well,
I'm just surprised that they're still keeping the end of Z. Like, I thought that
You have to.
I thought they would have retconned it.
You have to keep it because that's the original ending. So I just want him to go past it. Like,
yeah, I actually.
so Oob can
Learned
just
something
die
today.
already.
That's why Jared.
Now he's just playing it up for the joke.
I learned. I actually did not know that Super took place before those last couple episodes of Z.
I don't
Well,
see
that's just
how-
'cause you're an idiot.
I don't see how like that just wouldn't.
I haven't watched. Okay, I was trying.
You
to
did
say
it
this.
one single time. Like, ask like, where the fuck is Oob?
Bro, I watched the end of Z 13 years before I started watching Super. I mean, a lot happened in 13 fucking years of my life. Like, I don't know. I don't remember. I've literally probably seen the last 3 episodes of Z twice in my life. Like, because I've only probably watched.
Well, it's
all-
not worth rewatching. Like, really.
To give you credit. it's
Honestly,
not-
my favorite parts of the end of Z are like the Goku Vegeta interactions, and they're
Yeah.
so fucking brief. That like, what is it? Like in the last episode, he's like, "Oh, sorry, Vegeta. I guess we can't fight after all." And then Vegeta's like, "It doesn't matter. For a battle as big as ours, we would need something bigger than this arena or something like that." And Goku's like, "Yeah, ain't that the truth? All right, see ya." And like flies off with fucking Oob. Who cares?
Well, I remember the tournament and Pan being there and everything, and obviously Oob, but I don't remember anything down to like the complete fine details of the last few episodes.
So do you not consider these spoilers for me because there's no way in fuck I'm gonna remember what you're saying?
Yeah,
It also doesn't really matter that much.
Okay.
yeah. Oob doesn't really matter as of right now,
I'll remember that name though. It's
unless
a good
you,
name.
unless you,
It's just Boo backwards.
Oh,
if as long as,
okay.
and we're never gonna watch Dragon Ball GT, so
Oh damn it.
that's the only time he has a prominent role, and it's not even prominent. Like all the hype for Oob or whatever, Goku's fucking disciple. This dude shows up, fuses with Majin Buu to make himself even more powerful, and gets fucking jobbed out.
True.
Like, just fucking loses. He gets his ass beat.
Classic
Gets his
Dragon
ass beat
Ball.
by baby Vegeta
Classic Oob.
as Majub.
Oh yeah.
Majub.
Yeah.
True.
They
I
did
mean,
that.
that happens. That happens in the Dragon Ball series all the time. Like someone's like, "I'm now stronger than." Like if you look,
But
at
not
the
when you were
series-
supposed to be like the reincarnation of the strongest whatever, and then you're fusing with him again. You should be fucking God.
Not even that. The fact that he was training with Goku, like, stopped his life basically
I know.
to fucking train this kid and make him like basically Earth's next defender. So when it was his time to be the defender of Earth, and then he just failed because GT stands for Goku time.
Is that true?
No, it stands for Grand Tour, but the joke is that it stands for Goku time because even worse than Z, like GT is like the epitome of everyone gets their ass beat and then Goku gets an ass pull power up and then just fucking wins. Even more than Z. At least Gohan wins in Z and Vegeta
Yeah.
gets to kill like a lot of like B level villains. Like
Future Trunks. Is
basically
okay.
every
Saiyans do okay in Z.
every B level villain, like underling, Vegeta basically kills them.
Yeah.
And then like Goku takes out like most of the villains. Gohan takes out a big time villain. Trunks takes out a big time villain.
Yeah.
Even though I would
Saiyans are
argue
good.
that by the time Trunks gets to him, he's not that big time anymore. I guess they try and play it up like he's big time, and then Trunks comes in and just fucking wipes him out, and then
One shots him.
yeah.
It's supposed to be his like It's like when a wrestler debuts and beats fucking the top guy in the first match.
Yeah, and then it turns out that Trunks is a whiny bitch after that.
Everyone, it's me and Jared talking.
He's
about
got 2 episodes where he's a fucking bona fide badass. Where I'm like, all right, I'm into this dude. Like, I remember when the VHS tape of that shit dropped, and I saw it in fucking Sam's Club. I was in Sam's Club for some reason.
Legendary Jared Storian.
Right, and I saw Trunks on the front.
Moment
I
in
saw
his life
I saw
incoming.
goddamn Trunks on the front of it, and I was like, "Holy shit, dude, that's Trunks!" Like, I've seen this dude. I've seen this dude on the fucking Dragon Ball Z websites and shit. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit.
There was probably already an action figure of him out, to be honest.
Oh yeah, there definitely was. Like the action figures used to spoil so much shit because
So
you would just go
much.
into fucking Family Toy Warehouse, look at the back of the box, and like goddamn like Broly was like on the back of there and shit. And
I had a
like
Broly figure like 5 years.
I
before
remember
the
seeing
films.
Majin Buu like seriously like 4 years before that ever even aired in America. And it was just like, who the fuck is Majin Buu? Why does he look stupid? Like, or Mr. Buu. I remember
they
like
put him
looking
as
at the back of it, there's like
Mr. Buu.
Mr.
Yeah,
Buu,
Mr. Buu.
Majin Buu, Super Buu, Kid Buu, like all those fucking things were back there. And then like, you know, like Tapion was in, like Tapion and Minosha and like, oh man, there was. I remember seeing goddamn Super Saiyan Vegeta on the back of toy boxes,
Yeah.
like first, and be like, "Oh my god, Vegeta turned Super Saiyan! What the fuck?" Like,
Majin Vegeta, obviously too, like way
Yeah.
before it came out.
well, I just remember seeing Majin like that series like 5 or whatever, like because it had like series 1 through 5 on the back of the boxes, and it was like series 5. It was like Majin everything, and everybody had a fucking M on their forehead, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh, like my coworker and her Majin Buu hat.
Yeah.
I was like, and then like the next day she had like a My Neighbor Totoro thing on, and then like the next day it was like Naruto or something. And
Weeb
I know,
alert.
and I literally when I saw her, I was like, "Girl, you really are a weeb," and she was like, "Yeah." I was kind of surprised because she's pretty like approachable.
Dragon Ball Super Superhero. It's coming out in 2 months in Japan. It's supposed to be summer for America. No official release date yet. I'm excited. The animation doesn't bother me as much as everybody else. I just want to see.
It just bothers me because you see Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan looking phenomenal, and then Dragon Ball, arguably the biggest anime ever, looks like piss compared to those.
The biggest anime ever is Pokemon, I think.
Probably, yeah, I think so.
I know that Pokemon and Dragon Ball are in the top 3. I'm not sure if
That's why I
there's-
said arguably.
I'm not sure if there's. I'm just talking based on revenue. They talked about this on Trash Taste one time. They looked up like most profitable anime franchises, and surprisingly, Fist of the North Star was in the top 5. And I was like, Jesus Christ, over like
Yeah, but you have to think.
over. I think maybe Gundam was like 4. I feel like Gundam had to be
in
4.
the top 5 somewhere. I don't see it in top 3, but I see it like as a 4 or 5 spot.
But like Fist of the North Star over like Naruto and One Piece, that seems insane to me.
Yeah, but you have to think that when Fist of the North Star was coming out, there wasn't as like
There wasn't as much competition.
there wasn't as much competition, and like when it was on top, it was like on top from what I remember reading about. Like it was like the fucking thing. Like there wasn't like you know, Gundam, Dragon Ball, Pokemon. There was like
Dragon Ball was out.
well, Dragon Ball was out, but I mean it hadn't hit like the worldwide fandom.
Dragon Ball didn't start its like Z era yet. That's the
Right.
thing. So
Yeah.
like Dragon Ball was still kind of a little goofy. I think that maybe like during Fist of the North Star's run, Demon King Piccolo might have like started happening. I'm not sure. I'd have to like look up the fucking timelines,
Right.
but like a lot of people consider Demon King Piccolo arc to be like the unofficial beginning of like Z.
It's
like,
the first like real arc.
yeah. It's like the fucking, like basically like when it goes from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z, even though it's still in the Dragon Ball
Dragon Ball,
anime.
yeah.
But in the manga, it's all just Dragon Ball, so.
Until Super.
But speaking of manga and comic books and dental work and bulletproof outfits, Jesus fucking Christ.
So much.
Jesus Christ. How bulletproof was Batman's fucking costume, and this is the
He's
most
explosion proof, bro.
this is the most bulletproof thing I've ever seen in my
He
life.
didn't even burn his chin when that spoiler, like when the fucking bomb went off. He was like point blank, and he just got up. Well, he blacked out, but he got up. His like face was like perfect, like not even like a fucking little char or nothing.
Well, you can't do anything to Robert Pattinson's face.
True.
He's a vampire.
True. The first vampire king Batman.
He resents the fuck out of his roles in those movies.
I wonder if he'll grow to resent. I was thinking that today as I was watching the movie. I wonder if he'll ever resent being Batman.
He hates everything. He literally hates everything.
So did Bruce Wayne in this movie.
But I feel like he likes David Cronenberg. He's in a couple films of Cronenberg. I feel like he likes Cronenberg.
Wait till he's acted in a Cronenberg film, then I'll hate it.
He's acted in 2 Cronenberg films. That's why I said that.
Does Cronenberg even make good movies anymore?
Yes, but granted, he hasn't made a film in
We're both wincing.
the last one that he.
He's
was the
really
last
struggling here, ladies and
Well,
gentlemen.
no, it was A Map to the Stars, and it had an ensemble cast. Robert Pattinson fucks Julianne Moore in the back of a taxi cab. It's kind of hot, actually. But anyways, that's actually a very good film. But Cosmopolis with Robert Pattinson, but that's kind of like, he's basically like, in every scene he's almost alone. But he is good in it. He's great.
Mazer Laser.
Yeah.
What'd you think of The Batman?
I mean, it could have been way. It could have been way more than what it was, but it also couldn't have been because, like, there should have been sex and more violence. That should have been a very horny and bloody movie.
Sex and
Sex,
violence.
money, violence.
Yeah, they had like all of the whatever, all the shit I didn't understand. Like they're talking about all this violence. I'm hardly seeing it. One of the like when he was kicking all those dudes' asses, it was like dark, so all we ever saw was light from like the bullets of their guns, and we couldn't see any like. I don't know. When you were like, oh, I wanted him to snap someone's arm, like I feel that, and normally I. Like, sometimes gore and violence, like, makes a movie better, and then other times I'm like, okay, I don't need this. But this needed it, I think, to take it up a notch, because it still felt, like, corny a little bit, and I was confused, so.
I'll say the one scene that you're talking about I actually liked because not all the fight scenes were like that.
I mean,
I thought that one
kind
was
of cool, but I wanted to see more, like, I don't know.
I liked that. I don't know.
The film was almost entirely at night, which is...
That's Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Batman. I mean, though I liked actually because when I was watching it, and it was kind of cool to think about because Robert Pattinson's an A-list actor. And I know a lot of problems with people that are in superhero movies. I guess it's not as much of a stigma nowadays because superhero movies are so big. It's such a big box office.
You want to see their face.
But I don't want to see their face.
No, I'm saying, like,
but
the
like
studio-
the actors
the
and the
studios
studios always want to show their fucking face. And it'll be like, oh god, like old Batman movies, like God, the last fucking fight scene, like his mask is off and
always off,
shit,
yeah,
and like,
yeah.
and I'm like, Jesus Christ. I liked in this movie. We barely saw Robert Pattinson. He was always fucking Batman. And I was like, all right, sweet. Like, every time this dude showed up, he was fucking Batman. And Batman had so much fucking screen time in this that I was like, hell yeah, dude. I feel like Batman's never had as much screen time as this
No.
because it's always
yeah.
like fucking like Michael Keaton or Christian Bale, like fucking like at some dinner or something.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, you know, whatever. And like,
Yeah, that's annoying. And I did like how every time we did see, like, Bruce Wayne, though, he was so emo. He was so emo looking. He looked like such a sad, sad boy.
that's his thing.
Yeah, I know, but I was like, okay.
I have one of the letterbox reviews I screenshotted, and I'm gonna pull it up. It's like someone said, "Banana pudding user," if they're listening right now. Black Panther for people who listen to Disintegration by The Cure and Unknown Pleasure by Joy Division for fun.
We were talking about this in the car, but like the director tweeted out Batman's like emo playlist or whatever,
Yeah,
and we didn't hear any of those songs in the film.
I noticed that too. 'Cause they talked about
It's
that.
really interesting. There should have been like, I don't know. I feel like you could have fit like the Cure, like Joy Division in there, like during some of the daytime scenes or something. Like
I feel like even just like when they're going into like the club, like multiple times, like even like Blue Monday in the background, like something.
you literally
like that,
could have
like,
easily had some scene where fucking Bruce Wayne's just riding his motorcycle down a street. And then it's just like fucking.
The director, he like queer baited you, but with music. So instead of like a fake promise of like a lesbian relationship in the movie, you got a fake.
Who was the
promise
band that Who was the band that
real
played Twice,
emo.
Miles?
There was a song that played at the beginning and the end.
That was actually Nirvana, but I don't know if it was
I
Nirvana.
knew
If
it!
that was
It was
actually
a cover.
Nirvana
It was a
playing that,
cover for sure.
Oh, I was like, oh, I know
Robert
the song.
Pattinson, or
Because I recognized the lyrics, but I couldn't
Yeah.
think of what it was.
Bruce Wayne. I knew it was Nirvana, but I didn't know who was playing. Bruce Wayne actually is listening to it at one point at the beginning. If you notice, Alfred comes down and he turns a button down, and the music actually dies down perfectly, and that's the first dialogue that he has.
Well, it
Have you
should have been.
noticed
It
that,
should have
like-
been goddamn.
It should have been.
It should have been
Joy Division.
fucking. He should have been listening to a forest.
But but I still thought that was clever because they.
He should have been listening to Boys Don't Cry and just turned it down.
Alfred walks down and he's like, "Now, boys, do not cry."
Alfred's like, "You're listening to that gay shit again." That's the worst British accent I've ever given in my life.
Or he gets hyped on it and he's like, songs from my youth. All right, well, what did so
Alfred should have just been like, they should have just like, when he was like going through the mail when he was about to get fucking exploded or whatever, he should have just been listening to fucking New Order or something.
Something, yeah.
He just listened to New Order, going through the fucking mail, doing the cipher or whatever. Just chill. Like, there should have just been a scene of Alfred just like fucking like, cracking the code on a cipher, listening to fucking goddamn Depeche Mode.
or like Love Will Tear Us Apart because he's like older too. He'd have been from that. Like that would have been great. All right, well, what did you? Okay, so are we going down?
How
the
is
line
there
or-
not Depeche? That's the big offender right there. How was Depeche Mode not on the soundtrack for this? How did Bruce? Was Depeche Mode on his list?
I don't know if Depeche Mode was on,
I thought it was
his
on
list.
his list.
I thought it was.
I'll pull up his list if you guys want to keep.
How was fucking Depeche Mode not on the soundtrack for this? Is all I want to know. They just like they could have made this could have been like the best movie soundtrack since The Crow.
Damn, true. Crow
Could have
soundtrack's
been.
great. Jared, all right, talk about some more besides the soundtrack. What'd you think otherwise?
I just
Come
want
on.
to say to Maisie, it's something I thought about when you said that you were really confused, because I was kind of confused at some parts too. But I will say that there were a lot of characters and like maybe even minor characters in this that I feel like they were kind of expecting you to be a Batman fan and already kind of know who they like Carmine Falcone. Like he's like a major
Right.
Batman character in comic books.
This film just
Salvatore Maroni, he's a fucking major Batman character in comic books. He's not even in the movie. They just mention him. They talk about him all the time. You didn't.
It really drops you into that world. Like there's no introduction. To
It's 2 years into Batman's crime fighting like career, so it's kind of just like, oh, you know Batman, or you've seen other Batman movies, so you can kind of just piece it together.
That makes sense.
Like,
But I wasn't like so much confused about that as I was just like when they were explaining the corrupt behaviors, I think I was having a hard time like keeping track and paying attention.
There was a lot of
them.
whispering.
I wanted
yeah.
like subtitles so I could really understand, but I felt like I was missing things here and there, and then I was like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like I missed things too, and there was like, and like the conspiracy that he was digging up was just like had so many fucking like layers to it
Yeah.
that by the third fucking layer, I was like, hold on, what the fuck does this have to do with the Riddler now? Like,
Yeah.
I felt like the reveal, like after everything that was happening, like the big reveal about the Wayne family and stuff like that, like I felt like it just wasn't worth the 45 minutes of speculation and things like that. Like some of the things, like I understand why, because like,
his mom just being kind of crazy was kind of like.
it's very underwhelming.
I'm
The
just
whole
like,
reveal is
like, couldn't she have been a drug addict? Couldn't she have been like addicted to like the drops, or
yeah.
whatever? And then like that was what he was trying to cover up. That would have made more sense to me. Like,
yeah. It just seemed like for that part of it, when they were like uncovering everything, like I was underwhelmed. Like I was just like, really? Like this is the worst thing? Like honestly, like, you know, his father made one bad choice and it's like the most hidden thing from him for the past like 20 some years of his life. Like
Well, I mean, they probably didn't want him to know even that his mom was like kind of
crazy, yeah.
Like, or maybe not even kind of crazy, but went to fucking, was it Arkham?
She wasn't.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
wasn't. That's they also like said, like she was. She was an Arkham, like part of like that family. But then, did she actually go to the Arkham Asylum? I think she
I
was
think
actually.
that's
In
what
the
I think it's
asylum, yeah.
implied. Yeah.
There is like a weird.
Well, there was like the picture of
Picture
her,
of her, like, running outside,
getting,
right?
Like,
Yeah.
fucking like taken out by like two like
yeah, that's what I
fucking
was just gonna
like.
bring, yeah.
I can't find the fucking playlist.
Oh,
Sorry,
great.
guys.
Well, Depeche Mode's on it for sure, and Depeche Mode should have been on the soundtrack because they have like 10 billion like fucking dark like gothy songs. Like,
Well, outside of the supposed soundtrack, what do you think, buddy? What do you got? Throw some
Overall, I
ideas
thought it was good, not great. Like it's not,
not
like
great.
I would give it like it's to me it's not on the same level as Dark Knight.
yeah, Miles
well,
Miles gave it the same exact score, but he also rated
gave-
Dark Knight Rises the same exact score, which
I really
I
like-
think this is leagues better than Dark Knight Rises.
It's better than Rise.
But the Dark Knight is leagues better than this. Cuz like
Well, people are saying this is not only the best Batman, but the best Batman film.
I could see this being the best Batman. I
That's
could,
how I- that's
I
how
could
I
see.
look at it.
I could
That's how I
definitely
look at it.
say that Robert Pattinson is, to me, probably a strong contender for best actual Batman. Like his portrayal of the character and everything about it, the whole theme that Bruce Wayne is his alter ego, not Batman. Like
Right.
he's actually
That's the
Batman,
real me,
and
yeah.
like Bruce Wayne is like his secret identity. Like pretty much, like
yeah.
that to me was like, all right, that's fucking sweet. And I like seeing more Batman than Bruce Wayne, and like I don't know, I like dark brooding Batman, and like Christian Bale was a kind of brooding Batman, but at the same time he did have like I do think that Christian Bale might be the best Bruce Wayne ever.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
But best Batman, I mean, everyone's always going to bring up the voice. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind the voice. I like the voice. Like, I like the voice because if I was trying to intimidate people, like I was about
You
to
do
beat
the
the shit
same
out
thing?
of them, I'd be like, "Where is she?" Like, I would do the whole fucking
Yeah.
thing. Like, but
I think this film to me, like the way like as soon as it started, it like had the look, the presentation, like the grit, the kind of like goth dark feel, like the whole him fighting the gang at the beginning, like him being like the Shadow, you know, like being almost like a boogeyman in his own right. I think the feel and look of this Batman is like either my favorite or I have a really soft spot for, you know, Batman and Batman Returns. I love the way those films look, and I like the more comic book, like more cheesy comic book aspect of that. And there was also moments in this film that were like some of his like quote unquote love scenes with the Catwoman, or like certain things that were like very comic
that shit kind of came
book-esque.
out. That shit kind of came out of nowhere, in
Yeah.
my opinion. I don't know, like.
There was a tiny bit of comic book cheese in this at times, and I liked that. I didn't think I was going to, but it was done properly. But overall, I love the way Gotham looked and felt in this film more than, like, let's say the Dark Knight trilogy. But the Dark Knight trilogy...
Dark Knight trilogy, a weird thing about the Dark Knight trilogy is that Gotham completely changes from Batman Begins to the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in Batman Begins, it's very much like a gothic city. Like the setting is
Yeah.
like very gothic and like kind of like steamy and like very comic book like. And Batman Begins is just New York City.
Yeah, that's true.
In this, it's kind of like a combination of both. Like when
Right,
they go,
yeah.
when like there's like the goddamn like street corner, I guess the Gotham,
Times Square,
the Times Square of Gotham
basically.
City, that kind of looks like fucking Tokyo or some shit
Yeah,
like
it
that,
does, yeah.
with all the screens, and then they go to like the church and it's just like extra like gothic and just like cool. And
Yeah.
then Wayne Manor is like fucking like like super fucking like a castle basically.
The
and
like cool cemetery scenes as they're going with the bikes. You know, you see them driving through cemeteries and stuff.
they like kind of combined it and made it like a modern city, but also like kind of like
gritty, dirty.
Yeah.
The goth element too.
yeah, like she said, I would like to have seen him like fucking break someone's arm or something. Like,
Was this rated R? I was gonna
no,
ask.
it's
that.
PG-13.
That's okay. That's what I thought.
That's
'cause I'm
the
watching
thing.
it.
They can't release a rated R Batman movie. You just can't fucking do it. It doesn't make any business sense, and it's a business at the end of the day. Like,
I want blood and titties.
I want blood and titties too. Batman's perfect for that thing, and that's why you can play like the Arkham series of games, or even read Batman comic books are super fucking dark, bloody. You know what I mean? Goddamn, like Batman, the Killing Joke. You know what I mean? Freaking like goddamn like Joker, like fucking like cripples Barbara Gordon and fucking takes like nude photos of her or some shit like that. Like weird shit like that. Like,
So why is that okay in the comics, but then they can't?
Because-
put it in the movies?
Comics aren't as mainstream now as comic book films, so it's just
well, that came out in the 80s.
Well, I
so
know.
it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
but like,
But you need to get kids into the theater, and you need
Yeah.
to sell toys. So, like,
like
if you're making a rated R movie, like,
comics are just like, I don't know. Comics aren't really that much of a kid's medium anymore.
No.
And like, Batman's got like very kid friendly comics too. But
Right.
like, he goes both ways. Like, he could be super goofy or cheesy, or he could be like extremely dark and gritty. I like extremely dark and gritty Batman.
Yeah.
I have an appreciation for cheesy Batman. Like, I like all Batmans, but I always lean towards dark, gritty Batman.
one thing that I did like about this film was that it did take itself very seriously, but it wasn't completely devoid of humor.
Yeah, I get it.
There were like the
I just
the
think that
thumb drive
I
thing
never-
was good, and,
Yeah.
like stuff like that.
Never thought about how ridiculous it would look to just have a superhero on the scene of a fucking murder, like on an active crime scene.
Yeah.
Like, when you're playing the Arkham games and you're investigating like murder scenes and shit like that, you don't even think about it because you are Batman. So like,
Yeah.
you're just like walking around like doing detective vision and doing all that shit. And this, when it's like all the police everywhere, also just fucking Batman just like walks up. And every time he walked onto a crime scene, I was just like, LOL.
The one.
And they just like let it happen. Like, they all talked shit about it. They were like, "You're just gonna let this guy be here or whatever?" Yeah, I guess you are. Like, nobody's gonna do anything about it.
When he sneaks in after they capture the Riddler, when he just like shows up at his apartment, and that one guy who doesn't like Batman but he likes Bruce Wayne, if you remember at the
Yeah.
mayor's thing, he's like, "Hey, Bruce," but he like talks shit about Batman, like the
Yeah, he said he was a freak or something.
yeah. And he comes out, and then he kind of is like trying to get on Batman's good side. He's the only cop that's there as he's like ripping the carpet back. You know, I don't know. I thought that was. There's a bunch of little subtle stuff in this film, like how certain characters interact at the beginning and at the end, and I'm like, oh, it's like, I don't know, the continuity was very good. It was fun.
Go ahead. No, you.
No, I was gonna say I thought Gordon was great when I normally don't give a shit about anything
I
he
liked
does.
Gordon. Yeah, I liked Gordon a lot.
I think
actually.
that Gordon was really good in the Dark Knight trilogy.
He was good, but I just didn't care.
Wait, is that like the cop? Who works-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lieutenant Gordon, who will probably become Commissioner Gordon in the next movie.
What'd you guys think about the Batmobile?
When I first saw it in like trailers, and it's on Rocket League, you can download it on Rocket League right now.
Oh, you should do that.
Not a sponsor, but it can be.
Psionics, if you want to sponsor the podcast, we will gladly fucking shout you out. But I play Rocket League like every day, so it's a genuine. I can do a genuine read of that shit. And we could even do like a Rocket League stream. Yeah.
We've done it before.
Yeah, sponsor us. But yeah, you can download the car as a DLC in Rocket League. I have like the because Psionics works with DC Films or whatever. So like I have the Batmobile from Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice or whatever.
Oh, wow.
Like so. I did that DLC, which I thought was actually a better looking Batmobile because it was more reminiscent of Tim Burton's Batmobile, which is the best Batmobile of all time.
True.
But in the movie, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah,
like
it
in
worked.
the movie,
It
it was
worked.
fucking really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
worked
was
really,
good.
really well. I liked that it showed when he was in his quote unquote Batcave. I liked that it showed like machine parts and engine parts everywhere. Like he was trying to construct a Batmobile. Like I feel like when we saw the Batmobile in the film, that was the first time he's actually used it.
Yeah, because he was just going around on motorcycle
Yeah.
like before that.
Somehow going undetected.
Well, he would take his costume off.
Well, when
And
he's
the,
like
the
following-
Catwoman thing was insane. That was like one point that like broke my immersion in the movie because
When
it's
he's-
fucking Catwoman, right? She's this fucking like insane martial artist, fucking cat burglar, like doing all this shit. Like she knows she's fucking like hot, not just like physically attractive, but like actually hot. Like she's in some shit. Like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like.
He's right on her ass.
He's
Yeah.
literally tailing her, weaving in and out of traffic,
I know.
directly behind
Yeah,
her,
and you can
she
hear it.
doesn't fucking notice at all. He follows her back to her fucking apartment.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the worst fucking tail job I've ever seen in my entire life, and like all movies, like ever.
Yeah.
And like somehow she didn't notice. Like even I would have fucking noticed him, and I'm not like a fucking like.
Can we have, and this will pop Buddy pretty hard. Can we have a moment to
I want to see what he thinks is gonna pop me.
Catwoman when she's getting dressed in the apartment in that scene, and the lights are right on her t-shirt, and the nipple placement is just incredible.
No, that's funny because
Catwoman.
I noticed her nipples in that scene.
Thank
too.
you, Catwoman in that scene.
I
was
noticed her
drooling.
nipples, not her nipple placement.
Well, yeah. I
Her
was like,
whole-
oh, titties.
Zoe Kravitz looks phenomenal in this. I just have to say that. So is Robert Pattinson. I mean, he's hot. They both two exceptional leads. And I didn't even realize I was fucking Colin Farrell as a Penguin for part of it. I forgot that he was cast as Penguin.
It was great effects work
Yeah.
on that for sure.
What about?
It was almost Jonah Hill though. They kind of dropped the ball on that.
They
Did you not
should've.
know that?
I didn't know that.
He wanted too much money.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably to make up for what he got paid for Wolf of Wall Street. I told that story in the podcast before. God damn, I wish it was Jonah Hill, because I feel like he hasn't done a lot lately.
He's always kind of popping his head into things.
He pops his head into things. He's one of those dudes that's made enough money that he probably like just doesn't even care.
Right, yeah.
What about Paul Dano as the Riddler? I loved him. I love this version of the Riddler.
He looked like Debbie 3.
It's true. He looked
bro.
like Dabby 3.
Damn, bro. I hope you don't hear this, Ryan, aka Dabby 3. You're a better looking version of him. I want you
Yeah.
to know that. But I can see that. I can see
There was a
that.
resemblance.
I was like, why is Batman interrogating Dabby 3 right now?
That scene with the interrogation scene, though, like the way they had things framed, and there was a little bit of like the perfect back and forth. I thought that scene was excellent. Like,
Well, it was like
very
so
good.
crazy because like the reveal at the end, and then Mazer Laser literally looked at him and he's like, wait a minute. So he doesn't know that he's Bruce Wayne?
yeah, I got really confused.
And I was like, yeah, he doesn't. Like the whole
I
like
love that.
conversation,
It was a
like the
swerve,
whole
yeah.
suspense was like, oh my god, he fucking knows. Like he's gonna like play a video or something that's gonna reveal his identity, and then like as soon as he like.
And Batman.
As soon as Batman realized it, you could just see he was like, "Oh, fucking thank God!"
That's
now
like the
now I
beauty
can talk shit. Like,
the beauty of that scene is like he wants to say something during that, and like you see his lip fucking like quivering through.
yeah,
the whole
he's
scene.
just standing there like, "Fuck, fuck, fuck, fuck."
And thank
fuck.
God he kept his fucking mouth shut.
And then when like the big reveal, like he doesn't
doesn't
know. Batman's instantly like, "I'm not like you."
He's like, "You're nobody." I'm pretty sure he screams. I was like, "You're nobody!" Like he literally just starts.
What did you do? He starts punching the window.
He did. And then
He got to do his little tribute to Christian Bale right there. Like,
Yeah. That was one like thing that was ripped almost directly from The Dark Knight, and then they did the one thing where like you're watching the footage, like how they watched like the footage of Joker and Dark Knight, how this was the Riddler.
How about
For real though, how much NFTs do you think fucking the Riddler has, bro? Like for real, that dude has so much like.
How much is he invested in crypto?
Stop. He was really scary because he felt like he could be real.
Yeah, he's on some fucking crypto shit.
Like he'd be some sort of crazy vigilante. That's like the Storm the Capitol type motherfucker.
Oh my god.
The QAnon Riddler.
Yeah. Ugh, stop.
That's what I said. I was
Yeah.
like, that's what I said when they all came into the garden or whatever. I was like, this is your dad's crew or whatever.
Stop.
when they're like, oh yeah, he's been streaming and he's amassed 500 followers. I actually laughed out loud. I was like, is that supposed to be impressive? He's streaming all over the world and he only has 500 followers. Like I was waiting for them to be like 5,000, 50,000. I'm just like
500 followers.
I'm like, well, Gotham probably has 10 million people, so
Yeah.
500 followers. Like,
It's 500 people.
It was like 500 people, but only 50 showed up at the end.
I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that's impressive. I don't know.
So actually, something that I was thinking about, and I just kind of put together in my head because it's the Joker at the end of the movie, right?
Right.
And so, I guess at the beginning of the movie, that's the clowns. That's the Joker's gang. I thought
that's
when
what I thought.
that when I saw them, I was like, huh. But the Joker doesn't exist yet because he hasn't been in the movie yet. You know, I don't know that for sure.
Yeah, I
but
didn't
they were all wearing the face paint, right? Like, and then I just put two and two together now because Joker's already in Arkham. So if he breaks out, I guess in the next movie, it's to be assumed that Batman already has a history with him.
What was with the one clown that was like timid about it?
He was
What was all that about?
initiation.
He is just like a new
Yeah.
recruit.
Yeah,
Like,
he had to blast
That's why
that
it
dude in
was
the face
half.
to join the gang, like actually be in the gang.
But I just thought it was gonna lead to something, and then it was nothing.
no, he was just like, kind of like he was having second thoughts once he actually got into it. And he didn't want to like assault people, and he like actually saved Batman. Well, thought he saved Batman. Was going to
Yeah,
save
just like,
Batman.
no, don't do it, don't do it. When the
Don't
guy
do
pulled
it.
out
They
the gun.
shot him anyways, and Batman was like, "Oh, by the way, I literally have the most bulletproof suit of all time."
It basically ricocheted off and
It
killed
just
one of the other
fucking-
guys.
Seriously,
Like,
every time this dude gets shot, it was just like, ting, like.
when he got shot, basically within 5 feet of that shotgun, and he like blew backwards, but he still was fine. I was like, holy fuck! Like,
Did you notice? Okay, when he jumped down right into the water to start like rescuing people, when he was hanging from like the cord, and it was like CGI Batman.
yeah.
How much more jacked he was in CGI.
No, I didn't know.
I was like
didn't
looking
notice.
at him. I was like, Jesus Christ! He put on like 25 pounds of muscle, like when he was hanging from that, and then he like got back down, and he was Robert Pattinson again, like all skinny. I was like,
There was at least that scene where Robert Pattinson was like shirtless and he had abs and he looked like he actually tried. I'm like, because there were a couple scenes they showed him from behind and it was his back and he looked like, no offense, but Adam Cole when he's like bent over the thing, and I was just like, I'm like, oh, and then
we
he
know Adam Cole's a frequent listener of the podcast. Very excited that we're coming back.
True, Adam Cole loves us, but
Baby.
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 I said it in my ad before you said it out loud.
the thing that I talked about, I think I mentioned a buddy yesterday as he was texting. We were having a conversation. And I was talking to myself. But maybe that was today. I guess maybe it was this morning. I'm losing track of time. So when Batman goes and busts and Catwoman's in, is that Falcone is the one that's busted, right? Is that or am I saying that wrong?
Wait, what?
When they're in the club, the iceberg or whatever that is, Falcone is the one that they're like, oh yeah, he basically has been running the city for 20
Yeah.
years through the
Yeah,
renewal.
yeah.
Yes.
So when Falcone gets busted, Riddler shoots him, big spoilers, whatever. And they're all standing there, the cops are there, Batman's doing it, they go and bust the Riddler at the diner. Like, to me, I probably would have rated the film even a tiny bit higher up to that point, because tonally I thought everything was perfect. And then after that, Batman has to go to the Gotham Madison Square Garden and do all that shit. And I feel like the film changes a little bit. And like tonally it's different for me the last like 30 minutes. I almost felt like I realize the Riddler, like, the story arc has to end or change. But to me, that felt like almost like an ending of the film. And they could have done the sequel there if they're going to have Riddler and Joker.
You
in the
couldn't have
next
ended
film.
the fucking movie there. As they were capturing him, I was literally like, you can't end the fucking movie like this. Batman didn't even fucking punch him. Are you serious? You can't end a Batman movie without Batman punching the fucking piss out of somebody. Like...
To be
when
fair,
they
he punched the piss out of a lot of people before this in the film.
But not during like the climax. Like, you have
Yeah,
to
there
have
was
a
no climax. Like, they just cornered him in a diner and then fucking captured him. And that was going to be the end of the movie.
knew
That
it
was the most
wasn't
anticlimactic fucking
I
ending
knew
ever.
it wasn't the end of the film, but like tonally for me, it felt like everything after that. Maybe it got... I think it got more not lighthearted, but a little more super.
lighthearted as everyone is
Lighthearted as
drowning.
the entire city's flooding.
But it was more
and there's a fucking terrorist attack on the goddamn whole city.
It went from being a crime thriller and a little bit more grounded to being a superhero film at that point after.
Well,
That's how
Is Batman not a superhero?
Yeah, he's a superhero.
he is, but I mean, it just felt different, and that was
It
like,
needed that. Like, you needed fucking Batman to go in and fucking save the day, like, climax of the movie. And you had to do it like that. I was thinking about it, like, you have to do it like this because the Riddler is not a fucking guy that Batman's going to fucking go toe to toe with.
They're not
Yeah.
gonna duke it out.
You know what I mean? So, like, the Riddler has to have some sort of plot that fucking challenges Batman. And, like, then he's got to duke it out with, like, all these fucking guys, all these terrorists that the Riddler's recruited. So, like, I understood why they were doing it like that, like, at the end of it. And, like, even the end of the movie even explained it. Like, Bruce Wayne's monologue at the end. He was like, I need to be more than vengeance. Like, vengeance isn't doing it. Like, I need to be a symbol. Like, I need to be, like, a symbol of hope for, like, the people.
Yeah.
So, like, the end of the movie was basically, like, him transforming from just, like, a violent vigilante to, like, an actual hero of the city.
He was coming out of the shadows. He was now he was now like a public figure, like a full on like face. Like the face, like he was gonna be on newspapers, he was on videos, like his character arc from the beginning of the film to the end was very, very good though. Probably honestly, do you think it's the most change we've ever seen in a Batman character from beginning to end? Because I feel like a lot of times the Batman
I don't even
characters-
remember what this dude fucking did in Dark Knight Rises. I would probably say that one, where he's, like, basically crippled at the beginning.
Well, he's crippled,
yeah,
and then he's
true.
climbing out of the prison, and he's
True,
doing all
yeah.
that.
He does so much shit in that movie. And you
And
know
it
what
all
sucked about that
sucks.
movie? He's like Batman for like 10 minutes in that movie.
Yeah.
Exact opposite in this movie. More Batman, please. And more arm breaking. You could break an arm in a PG-13 movie. Why they fucking... Why didn't he fucking, like, somebody has a gun and Batman, like, just does the classic fucking thing where he just grabs the arm like this and then just fucking... And you get the good bone-breaking sound and then he just punches him in the face and puts him down.
especially because his suit was like impenetrable, so you know it hurt just to get put in any kind of pressure lock with that suit. You know you're fucking done, dude.
How about this guy, okay? This fucking blew my mind at the end of the movie. This blew my fucking mind. I was just like, how? Okay, Batman fucking shoots goddamn adrenaline, right?
I was
Right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Jumps up and just starts beating the living piss out of this guy, just fucking bashing his
That's what it
face in.
was.
Bashing this dude's face in to the point where Gordon and fucking Catwoman have to stop him from killing this guy with his bare hands. They pull the mask off this guy, his face is perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
He has all of his teeth, he doesn't even have a
Yeah.
fucking nosebleed,
Yeah.
and he's like laughing and he's fully he wasn't even knocked out. This dude was fully conscious after taking like 20 fucking point blank punches to the face from fucking Batman,
Yeah.
who pulled his punch against Gordon and still fucking like almost knocked him out cold.
Yeah.
I don't.
That scene when he's getting out of the police station was amazing. It's like all the cops are bursting through each level.
Yeah,
and
that
he's
was
just like-
hard.
yeah, that scene.
He's
was,
just like running
yeah,
through.
that
I was
scene-
like,
yeah, when he's like pushing people away. That scene was incredible.
that shit was hard.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
How about the
I liked it, but I don't know how much.
I would
rewatch
say
value
it's a
it
great.
has.
I would say it's a great Batman movie. I don't know if it's a great movie good movie, not great movie, great Batman movie. Whereas, like, see, it's so hard because The Dark Knight is the measuring stick. Is literally like a great movie and a great Batman movie, in my opinion, the greatest superhero film ever made. And, like, it's not even really close. Like, Spider-Man 2 is, like, the only one that even, like,
Did you
deserves,
see the new one
like,
yet?
mentioning. No, I haven't seen the new one yet. Do you think it holds up to Spider-Man 2?
Yes. Oh,
Oh.
yeah. This honestly,
Jarrett,
right-
you know I despise the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I love Spider-Man. So
this new Spider-Man's good.
yeah, it's
I
some
like
real good shit,
every
to be honest.
I like every Spider-Man movie. Even though I've talked mad shit on Spider-Man 3, I still even like Spider-Man 3. I just
I do
wholly
too.
acknowledge that it's a terrible film.
Yeah.
Like it's a terrible fucking movie, but it's still a Spider-Man movie, and that to me is like worth a watch always because I love Spider-Man. I love Batman. I enjoyed Batman, Superman, Dawn of Justice.
I did too, to be honest. The only
It's a terrible movie, and I'm probably on the goddamn podcast like defending it in like earlier episodes after we saw it. I'm probably on there defending it.
I liked it.
I enjoy it. It's a horrible movie.
The only thing I didn't like from
It's
that,
not good.
I don't like Justice League, but I never saw the new extended cut. But the original Justice League is boring and not good. But I obviously don't like the first Avengers.
I like every Batman movie that I've seen.
Do you like Justice League?
I didn't watch. I haven't even seen the original or the Snyder cut.
I
just didn't have enough interest to get into it at all.
bypass the original cut forever. But
It's
I didn't
not-
see the Snyder cut either.
It's not a Batman movie, so I don't. I mean, Batman's like the main character of it, but like, I don't like. I saw the trailer, and I'm sorry, I don't want to fucking watch Batman get punked out by Aquaman. Like, I don't. Like, nobody fucking wants to see that. I don't give a fuck about Jason Momoa.
He's hot.
Okay, so is goddamn Ben Affleck. Nobody cares. Like,
I liked Ben Affleck's Batman.
I like Ben
honestly.
Affleck. I like
thought
Ben
it was good.
Affleck as Batman. I don't like that he fucking kills people. I can't get over it. Like,
Yeah.
like that was one thing. Like, I enjoy it, and like I can like enjoy
You
it.
didn't like that he killed people?
No, Batman's
That's
not
Batman's
supposed to
whole
kill
thing,
people.
yeah.
He doesn't kill. That's his whole thing in this movie. I'm glad they stuck to it in this movie. I was kind of worried about it, seeing the darkness of the trailers, like that maybe this Batman wouldn't really give a shit if he killed
Because in the
people or not.
trailers,
But he
fights
really.
so many people. Looks like he kills them. Honestly,
He looks like he kills. He
Yeah.
looks that clown guy. It looks like he kills him
Yeah.
because he puts him down, he punches him in the face like 10 times, and then gives him that one last one for like good measure. And I'm like, that guy's dead. Like his brains are on the ground right now. Like
even the scenes like where it's like kind of in the dark and the gun fires the shadow when he's like doing stuff to people like when he's in the club. Like there's a couple parts where I'm like, that guy's probably gonna be paralyzed or dead. Like honestly,
I don't
like,
think Batman doesn't give a fuck if he turns you into a vegetable. Like, let's make that very
As
clear.
long as you're breathing,
Batman doesn't
it's
give
fine.
a fuck if you're a vegetable, but as long as you're breathing, he didn't kill you. It's good. It still
Conscious
aligns with his
flame,
sense of
conscious
justice.
flame,
Yeah. Yeah, Batman doesn't kill people. That's like a big thing. That's like his whole like moral dilemma. It'll come into play a lot more when the Joker comes. It always does when the Joker shows up.
Right.
The whole thing is Joker is like kill me, and Batman's like no,
So
I really want to, but goddamn it.
so with Joker, if they're gonna make this whatever they're gonna do with the series, they're gonna make more of them.
It's definitely getting a sequel.
It should be getting a sequel because
The theater was sold out.
Every
Okay.
show was sold
Yeah,
out,
like
yeah.
it's sold out, and like I mean, like
there was only 20 or under people in my screening, but that was 3:00 on a Friday. But to be honest, yeah, there was no one there. It was kind of nice. Like I really enjoyed that there was no one
20
there.
people is still like a lot more people than have been in a theater with me in a long time.
Okay.
But I don't go that often. But usually when
I've
I
been
go,
going
there's
more,
only
yeah.
like two or three other groups of people there. There's like,
Okay.
yeah, not many people.
I just meant when I was like, oh man, no one's here, but there's so many screenings of it, you know. But I went to the theaters twice yesterday, and Valley View last night was loaded, and I drove past it tonight, and it was loaded again. So I'm sure it's going to do quite well.
It's definitely going to do well. Robert Pattinson and Batman movie. Like, he's like a huge fucking name. Like,
Well, he's kind of almost to like the modern like Gen Z generation. He's become almost like a cult figure, like a legitimate like between people growing up on Twilight and just how he acts and the memes and everything. He's a legitimate like a big.
yeah, people love him, and like people love Batman. Like, I mean, Batman Superman did big numbers, right?
Oh yeah,
But like it just got like panned. Well, this is like getting good reviews, and it's a Batman movie, which will do numbers no matter what because it has Batman in the title. People love Batman. It's just like any Spider-Man movie you put out, it's gonna fucking do numbers.
Yeah.
And like, I guess Avengers and Iron Man too.
It's crazy because we were just talking about Spider-Man, but so far in the past like few months, I'm like, oh man, a Spider-Man film I legitimately love, a new Batman film. Even though I think Batman, to be honest, if we look overall throughout,
He has the best. He has the best
films. Like
he has the
honestly,
best film.
I could sit down and watch any Batman film and have a much better time.
The only
than
two that I really think are fucking stinkers are goddamn.
Batman and Robin.
No, I love Batman and Robin.
Really?
Batman Forever is the weak one. The true kings know Batman Forever is the weak one out of those four.
No, I was gonna just say Dark Knight Rises and Batman Superman. Even though,
Oh, okay.
like, I mean, it always makes it sound like I fucking hate these movies. When I watched them, I was like, all right, I like it. It's Batman, right? And then basically as time goes on, and the more I think about them, the more I'm just like, I don't ever want to watch those again. Like, if I want to watch a Batman movie, those will never be what I put on. Ever. I will never put on Dark Knight Rises. Unless, like, Maisie still hasn't seen Dark Knight.
Marissa asked today, she's like, I want to see Tom Hardy as Bane. I'm like, well, I kind of want to
I think Tom Hardy does a good job as Bane.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's just like the
It's
fucking
the movie,
story
yeah.
of the movie. Like, half the fucking movie is goddamn Christian Bale trying to climb out of a fucking pit. Like, fucking hell, dude. I just want to see Batman and Bane punch each other. That's all I want. That's it. I understand Heath Ledger's dead. You couldn't fucking bring him back. That sucks. Just have Batman and Bane punch each other.
Just make a better movie.
You know what I mean?
Please.
It's like Christopher Nolan. I know you can do it, dude.
I feel like the problem is sometimes.
Well, he was so fucking checked out at that point because he was like, oh, I want to make Interstellar, so he was kind of just like on autopilot during that
Yeah.
last fucking movie.
I still didn't see Tenet yet, and I really wanted to see it.
I have it. I haven't watched it yet.
Bro, you have
I
it
had
on like video?
I had to get that 4K when I got that PS5, but I still haven't watched it.
Bro, let's watch it soon, for real.
We'll see. Did you guys feel that this film was a little bit too long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what like part of my like tonal thing where I was like, there was so much going on. It's almost hard to talk about it on a podcast because I love 3-hour films, but there was a lot fucking going on in this.
That's the stupidest sentence anyone's ever
No,
said.
okay,
I
no.
love 3-hour films.
No, I
said
do.
no one ever.
I love very long films. Like
I'm
I
sure
like-
there's movies that you love that are 3 hours. They're for me too. Yeah, Godfather's great. Awesome.
Thank you,
know,
yes.
You know what I mean? Do I love 3-hour films? Absolutely not. I fucking hate them. The two things aren't exclusive to each other. There are 3-hour films that are great that I love. Yes, they're amazing. When I see a movie and look at the back and see that the runtime is 3 hours, do I get excited? Fuck no. I get pissed. I get like upset. Like,
Well, I already
Bro,
knew
if-
that
if
coming
I-
from
if
my-
that shit's longer than 90 minutes,
I already know.
I'm
This
already like, fuck, dude.
This is the
How am I
Jared
gonna
rule.
watch this shit?
How many times in my head when I know that we're gonna like if we ever watch anything or used to watch things, I look at the runtime like 92 minutes, man. I don't know, Jared's not gonna want to watch this. Like,
No, 92 minutes is fine.
I know
But
this
if
in my
you give
head.
me like 80 minutes, I'm like, whoa, masterpiece.
when we were
we're in for a ride, gentlemen.
when we were talking about Texas, the new Texas Chainsaw.
That shit's 82 minutes.
82 minutes.
Woo!
Make a joke, yeah.
Woo! That shit, best part of the whole fucking movie was that fucking runtime. That shit was fucking.
I just think that there's so much going on in the 3 hours
Harakiri
of
is like
this.
what, 2.5 hours?
It's almost, it's like 2 hours 35.
Yeah. I wasn't bored for even a single second of that shit.
I wasn't bored.
And it all
with
takes place in like the same fucking room.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother fucking discussion. Miles, you gotta watch it.
I wasn't. I need to. I wasn't bored with the Batman at all. But it's a very. It's
I wasn't bored either.
It's a long 3 hours.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a
Like, to,
long
like,
3
like to
hours.
me, it doesn't have much rewatch value.
Buddy, I think you didn't like it. What'd you rate on Letterboxd? I didn't. Look
I
yet.
haven't done it yet. I mean, it'll be 3.5 or 4 for sure.
Okay, because I'm at 4 in initial watch. I
I'm
kinda wanna
thinking.
see
I'm
it
thinking
again.
of 4.
You've been very generous recently.
It's tough. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I also feel like some of the length and the confusion. I'm very tired because I woke up at like what time did we wake up today? 6:30.
That could be.
You were up texting me early.
We
all
woke
got
up at
early.
like 6:30 today. I worked early. Like I feel like my brain is just fucking tired. So when they're like fucking solving mysteries and shit in the movie, I was just like, whoa, that's crazy. You know, like I don't really know what's going on. I just know there's some criminal shit going on, and Batman is pissed. Like,
Yeah, that's where I was too.
Bro. Side note. I know we're still talking about Batman, but trying to watch all this Gundam shit I've been doing.
Oh
I'm on my phone. I'm on my phone at the end of it. Like, how does this relate to the Universal Century? How are these characters related? Like, because they just throw you into that shit. But anyways, the Batman.
the Batman, I thought it was good. I'm kind of concerned about the Joker. He didn't seem very charismatic in that cell to me.
He just seemed very young and very.
He just
I don't
seemed
know.
like.
Could be interesting to see him develop because he could not be.
I mean,
don't know.
we don't have much to work off here. Like a silhouette and like a fucking, like a bad joke.
And Riddler's still alive. They're gonna escape together, and I don't know. I liked the Zodiac thing. Everyone was. I mean, it was fine.
Yeah. I like that there was Penguin, Catwoman, and Riddler in this, and there was enough time that all of them, kind of like what you said earlier, like, they throw you into the Batman universe knowing that you know a little bit about it, which I like that, like, now the modern superhero films are doing that.
You don't have to do the setup.
Yes.
Like-
and even having, I know, because Jared's a huge Batman fan, you're a pretty big Batman fan, from my understanding.
My
buddy.
favorite superhero. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's the GOAT.
Him or
Goated.
him or Spider-Man.
Him and Spider- like that-
Spider-Man's my number 2. Like, yeah.
We can just say DC and Marvel, like the number one, the number one. Yeah,
Spider-Man's fucking. I mean, it sucks because they're the 2 most normie fucking superheroes ever, but there's a reason for that because they're the best. That's why everybody fucking likes them.
So here's the thing with cinematic stuff. I love the Joker, but like sometimes I want to see other Batman villains, like more like now that we've had multiple versions of the Joker.
You're
just like
trying to
Spider-Man
make
and-
money, Cat, bro.
I know.
You can't fucking throw Scarecrow out there in a fucking starring role.
I mean, you could.
It's not gonna make the money though.
Scarecrow's
bro.
the main villain of Batman Begins.
True. Yeah. That's what I mean. You could.
And how well did that do compared to the one with Joker and Bane?
Yeah, but you had to have that initial film to get people's interest to get to that.
Yeah,
level.
Batman Begins did reasonably well. It did well. Well enough to get those sequels going, and then fucking obviously the Dark Knight with Joker like did huge numbers. I do feel like some of those numbers were because of Heath Ledger's death. And then once the hype, like people actually got in, was like, "Holy shit, this movie's actually incredible."
Wait, did he die before it was released?
Yeah, he
Like
died
a couple
like
weeks, yeah.
People were also praising his role before, like there were like.
Oh, I'm in no way insinuating, and I've come to his defense a million times because people have made the argument that his role is overrated because he died. And that's not, he fucking kills it. Like,
Yeah, he kills
has
it.
nothing to do with him being dead or not. I would have thought the same thing about his performance, even if he had lived. He fucking absolutely kills it in that movie. Best Joker ever. Jack Nicholson's great. Heath Ledger is just like, just the way that like he has your attention like throughout the entire movie. Like he's on the screen, your eyes are on him. Like Batman is like basically a secondary character in The Dark Knight.
true,
Like
yeah.
the Joker like steals the show entirely.
Well, I want to watch it. Is it 3 hours long?
It's like
It's
2.5.
pretty close.
It's like 2.5.
But I like Heath Ledger. Did he die from drugs?
He like
He died from like not sleeping pills, but some sort of prescribed
He
pill.
went nuts and like lived in a closet for a while and
What?
yeah, they like
He
found
took-
because he was like
took
doing
too
like
many-
he was trying to like method act like
He's
the
method
Joker.
acting, yeah.
And so like he got like he basically like drove himself insane and like he like turned himself into like an insomniac and then like OD'd on like sleeping pills.
Yeah, he tried. He
What?
like took a few and just like fucking probably also because he probably wasn't eating. He was probably I think didn't he take him with booze too?
Like Jack Nicholson
hard.
warned him.
Yeah,
like,
I remember,
Jack
yeah,
Nicholson was like, "Yeah, I warned him about that role. Like, you need to like check yourself because it's like fucked up. It's crazy."
Heath Ledger, like some of his other.
But
roles.
it doesn't seem like Jared
Jared
Leto
Leto
has
didn't
some
give a
problem. Yeah, Jared Leto's like, I don't fucking care.
Well, Jared Leto's fucking
Joaquin
insane,
did
so-
Joaquin Phoenix have any problems?
I mean, Joaquin Phoenix has a lot of problems in general. Otherwise,
there's
but-
that one behind the scenes clip where he was like flipping out on the camera guy, but then they came out and said that was a work.
Disrespectful.
That film's great, by the way. I'm sure we've probably talked on other things.
I
but-
want to see the alleged sequel that they're. Have you guys heard about that?
No.
Like Willem Dafoe is like campaigning for a sequel to Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, where he is inspired by the Joker in that film, and then Willem Dafoe is doing the same thing that Joaquin Phoenix did.
Oh wow.
Like just another standalone.
Yeah.
like,
So it'd just be the same movie. It'd be like American Psycho 2.
It's like the Human Centipede
What-
too, where he's fucking watching the
Yeah,
Human
yeah,
Centipede
yeah,
and
yeah,
becomes
yeah.
obsessed with it, and then he wants to do it too.
Bro.
Don't talk about the human.
Yeah, did I just have to think about when that woman has a fucking
It's one of-
has her baby and then she stomps its head in on the gas pedal and drives away on her own fetus. Ah. Oh my god, I haven't thought about that
Oh
film
my
in years.
Jesus Christ.
She escapes him, has the child, and crushes it under the gas pedal and drives
I remember
away.
I started watching that movie one time with a lady.
Solid choice.
So
No, I
classic.
didn't. I've never actually seen the film. I'll tell you that right
Okay.
now.
I saw the first one in theaters. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
But like we were like I was hanging out with this girl, and it was supposed to be like a Netflix and chill kind of vibe.
you can't. Oh
Just
my god.
continue the story. I
That
wanna
was
hear
the
it.
film of choice.
I need to hear the rest
She
of the story.
fucking picked it.
Oh my
She was like,
God.
"Yo, you're into horror movies? Have you seen Human Centipede?" I was like, "No, actually, I haven't
Wait,
watched
was it
it."
one or two?
The first one,
Oh, okay.
and I was
I
like,
can't believe we're talking about this movie.
"No, I haven't seen it." And she's like, "Oh, you want to watch it? All right, sure."
And you still haven't seen the first one?
And she put it on. We got about like 10, 15 minutes in. And I just said, man, I can't believe the acting in this movie is so bad. Like, for how hyped it was. Like, I was like, I can't believe how, like, unbelievable this acting is. And she was like, instantly, like, turned it off. She's like, all right, let's watch something else. And I was like, what? I was like, I don't care about bad acting. I'm just surprised that it's as bad as it is because, you know, how hyped this was when it came out. I wasn't expecting, like, the fucking B-movie level acting that was in this shit.
It's not a good film.
And
It's
Especially
not a good
because-
film.
Especially because honestly, that film shot well. Though. That film looks good.
looks
I saw
good,
it. It looks professional. Looks.
I think
well
that's just
done.
what shocked me about it. It was just like, dude, this acting is, like, very shit. And, like, it was just kind of jarring for me to see. So I just made a comment, but I wasn't in no way saying, like, let's turn it off. But she turned it off, and so I was like, all right, well, then I'll show you a real movie, and I put on The Faculty.
legend. That's an iconic.
That movie's so good.
so good. I like the first Human Centipede for what it is.
I
The
hate
second
it.
Human Centipede being a commentary on the first one, I thought was interesting enough, but it's not good. Obviously, like I don't enjoy it. Like I enjoy the parts of the first one for what it is. The third one is just
Why are there three?
insane trash.
It was really popular. It made a lot of money.
Why would people like? I think my brother put it on once, and I like walked into the room, and I was like, "Why the fuck are you watching this?" And I watched a little bit of it, and then I got so disturbed I had to exit.
It's just very absurd. The absurdity of those films and the fact that they're like, "Oh, you thought this one was fucking weird and absurd? We're gonna
Yeah, they just
do it.
keep
Just
like
keep,
upping
yeah,
the
like
level.
yeah, like it's."
Which I wouldn't care if the films didn't suck.
It's
But they
weird
suck.
because I feel like watching somebody get their limbs axed off is less disturbing than the concept of someone sewing together bodies so their digestive tracts connect.
But the time you get to the third one, it's so fucking like the third one is meant to be just such a stupid piece of shit that you're just like, well, I saw it in theaters. I'm like,
Because of course you did.
well, yeah, I saw it at Cedar Leo, and so
I didn't even know it came out in theaters.
I think I saw all three of them at Cedar Lee when they came out individually. Like,
Best years of your life.
no. Anyways, I don't know how we got from the Batman to Human Centipede trilogy, but
Because the Human Centipede trilogy really needed a hero like Batman to
It really did, to be
swoop in,
honest.
like just these depressing, disgusting movies. Like we really could have used fucking Batman flying in and beating the shit out of the
what
Joker.
about-
How fucking funny was that shot of Batman like flying and like you see
Oh,
like
so
where he's
good,
like,
up close,
where he's like
yeah.
base jumping?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
and he like has the GoPro
Maisie,
Yeah.
shot.
Maisie was sitting next to me. She's like, hard.
And then he gets his cape on, he just fucking lands
He
into
literally
a fucking
just dies.
Yeah. He's like,
How's not every fucking bone in his body not
Because
broken?
his
ever?
suit is insane. I do like that he pulls the bat logo off as like a fucking a
batarang.
Yeah, like I thought that was amazing. I really like
I
that.
think. Did you notice how like? I guess never mind because you've only played Arkham,
I just played
Arkham
the first
Asylum.
game. Yes, I played the first game.
which is an amazing game.
It's an incredible game. It really is.
And Arkham Knight is like when he finally gets kind of like the futuristic kind of like Batman looking suit. The suit in this reminds me a lot of the suit in Arkham Knight.
It reminds me from Arkham Asylum. Like the suit looked very.
Well, in
like,
Arkham Asylum, he's still got like kind of like the cloth like Batman suit.
yeah, you're right. Especially when he's flying, it really.
It's like the very
that.
comic book like Batman suit. It's like that and in an Arkham City. And then you could unlock like other Batman suits after you beat the game.
I still thought the suit was really like it was good. The suit was really good. Especially like I like that his like cowl, like there were like little. Do you notice there were little tears and stuff in it? Like it wasn't perfect.
It was like stitched together.
yeah. Like, I don't know. It was good.
I liked when I like the scene where the cop tries to take his mask off.
Oh,
he just
yeah.
starts beating the shit out of him. Like he instantly just turns around, just punches him in the fucking face, and all the cops are like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" Like
Yeah.
breaking this shit up like it's a bar fight. Oh, that was funny. That shit, like Gordon's like, "Can you punch me in the face?" He's
Yeah.
like, he's like, "Yeah."
He's like, hey, here's this key. You just like run out the back door.
It's like, did Gordon know that he was gonna like fucking base jump like out of there? He's like, I'm gonna tell you the way to get to the fucking roof. Batman, like even Batman got up there and he's like, wait a minute, this plan kind of sucks. Like,
Yeah.
he got up there and he's like, oh shit.
Well, I don't
fuck.
think he realized like. All of a sudden, they're like, by the way, we have 1,000 members in our police force.
There
It
were a
was-
lot of fucking cops.
I mean, it's a big city. Like,
It
it's,
felt, it felt like the SWAT, like the military, like fucking was up in there.
But how many of them were on duty at this? Like, there was one part where they burst open the doors and there was like 40 cops in like one fucking frame. I was like, like Batman just keeps
I
running.
mean, like Gotham is like notoriously crime infested.
Super, yeah.
So
like-
then, but what was happening in the city when all the cops were in that one building? Like,
people,
who was in the
Crime were
city?
doing crime was happening.
people were doing drugs. Like, that's the whole thing. Batman's like, I can't be everywhere at the beginning of the movies. I can't be everywhere, but you know, I like how the bat symbol in this movie isn't even like, it's barely even like, hey, meet me on the rooftop. It's just kind of like, we put this on every night just to kind of like remind people that like
You're out there,
that
yeah.
you're out there.
I also-
And like you can just kind of show up somewhere.
and it barely like however he had the signal covered, it barely looked like a bat when it was projecting. Like
It was very homemade. It was like they
Yes.
just like slapped something on.
It's just like
an
pieces
existing,
of
like-
metal they just threw
Yeah.
in there, like on a gigantic spotlight.
I liked that it was in an abandoned for sale, like half finished, like skyscraper.
Yeah.
Like they showed that like multiple times. Like this is for sale. Like
Yeah.
they just like randomly put the bat signal up there, just like
I just don't understand how the police don't know that.
Oh,
like,
yeah, he's always going there. They're like, oh, here's the bat signal. Do you think Batman comes here? Like, if a villain was gonna come there, you just wait there to fight and kill the Batman.
Like, I guess.
There's so many times where you could just figure out who Batman is. It's like, oh, they're not gonna have anyone follow this guy fucking home. Like, but you have to suspend your disbelief because it's a fucking movie.
yeah.
Nobody can follow Batman home. Are you kidding me? He's not like Catwoman. Not gonna let himself get tailed.
How good was that?
Didn't
part?
Robin tail him in Batman Forever?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, because he goes there and then he doesn't he do like a backflip like off the front like door or something to get inside? Something insane. Like,
See, I don't even hate on. You're hating on Batman. I don't hate on Batman Forever.
I
think
like Batman Forever.
I like Batman
No,
Forever.
I'm just saying out of those first 4, that's the bottom one.
Yeah, that's the
Over
weakest.
Batman and Robin.
I don't know why
hysterical.
like Batman and Robin is insane. That
I
movie's
like
amazing.
Batman and Robin, but I think I like Batman Forever more. I like Two-Face
No,
and Riddler.
no,
Arnold?
Arnold Schwarzenegger as
Well, yeah.
Mr. Freeze.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously.
Come on,
Oh, good.
cool party.
And plus Val Kilmer just isn't that great.
It's time to chill.
Yeah, it's time to chill.
All those 90s, Batman is probably the best, like, superhero cinematic universe, all of them. Batman's the best.
Yeah, he has the best movies for sure. I mean, it's tough because I think Spider-Man has like a lot of fucking good movies. Spider-Man 1, like the argument for Spider-Man 1 and 2 as like amazing superhero films, like it can't be debated. Like those two
Yeah.
are great.
Yeah.
I really like Amazing Spider-Man 1.
I love 2. Everyone seems to hate
I
it.
don't love 2, but like I liked it. I
really
enjoyed it when I
liked it.
saw it. Definitely
haven't
not as good
seen
as the
that.
first one.
Homecoming is the weakest link to me. I think
I think the
not
problem
that
with
good.
Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 is that they were very much Spider-Man movies made for Spider-Man fans.
Yeah, okay.
Like it wasn't
It
made
was too niche.
it wasn't made for like
Everyone.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man was very like catered towards like a mainstream audience.
Yeah.
Like you went and saw it to like see a superhero movie, but like the way it was just kind of just the way it is like a film like was like mainstream audiences really latched onto it. Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 was very like we put the lizard in this one. You know, this one has Electro. And as a Spider-Man fan, I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
you know what I
exactly,
mean?
yeah.
But like as just like a mainstream fan, like
It's not gonna do.
you're
the
not
numbers.
like I don't give a fuck about the lizard. Like you know, where's Tobey Maguire? You know what I mean? But now everybody loves Andrew Garfield. Like
Yeah, because
He's had a resurgence.
he
like-
fucking slayed it in the new one. That's why. Like,
everybody wants his fucking series to come back now. So like we'll see.
They
what
want
happens.
all of them to come back.
well, I feel like
Toby's never coming back.
he's too old. Yeah, he's.
I'm just saying they want it. I'm not saying he'll do it.
I feel like this was Andrew Garfield's apology, though, to Sony, because he talked so much shit about Sony after Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out. So there were, like, lines in the new film. Sorry, Jared, but it's, like, very much where he...
I don't care.
Like, he...
I literally went to Wikipedia and looked up to confirm that they were in the film, like the day it came out.
It's very... His lines and some of it.
I think this will
is very
be
meta.
I haven't seen a Spider-Man movie in theaters since he joined the Marvel like the extended cinematic universe.
Yeah.
So,
Homecoming's the worst Spider-Man movie.
like I saw Homecoming. I watched Homecoming and Far From Home on my airplane ride back from Japan.
Damn.
So like I watched them back to back.
Do you agree Far From Home is better than Homecoming? And I mean,
I really don't remember. I was on an airplane
okay.
coming off the high of like the greatest trip of my life. So like
An iconic moment in your life.
yeah, so like I barely remember anything that happened in either of them. I remember that I enjoyed both. I enjoyed both of them. I liked them. I did not think that they were as good as the first two Raimi films.
True.
That's the only thing I can
True.
say for sure right now.
True.
And
So-
that
To me, they're not even as good as the Amazing Spider-Mans, but that's me as a fan. That's for me.
yeah. I really like Amazing Spider-Man because I feel like the reason why I like those two is that it really got the character of Spider-Man right, whereas
Right.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man's never really got Spider-Man right.
True.
It got
Yeah.
Peter Parker
Right,
right.
yeah.
It fucking nailed Peter Parker.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man was just Peter Parker in a mask. Mm-hmm. In those movies, whereas in the Amazing Spider-Man was Spider-Man. He made the bad jokes and all that shit.
I agree.
Indeed,
Indeed.
as my man Funaki would say.
Well, any closing thoughts on the Batman?
I loved it. It'd be great if they did a trilogy with this. I'd like to see.
I could
what
see a
they do.
trilogy for sure.
I hope it does well.
So the villains in the next movie, I think, is going to be a little disappointing because it's going to be Penguin, Joker, and Riddler, whereas Joker is the only like villain like kind of coming in. You know what I mean? Like Penguin and Riddler have
They're
already
established.
they've already been in the first film.
What's a villain from? The
I don't want to
Batman
throw a
that-
fourth villain in there.
Well, no, not in that one, but like in general, what's a villain that you want to see in a Batman film that you haven't seen?
That I haven't seen a Batman movie.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ!
That you haven't seen at all?
yeah.
I feel like all
Because
the ones that I need
you've
to
read
be.
a lot of Batman. Like even
I
more
feel
than
like all
me,
the
so I feel
ones
like-
that need to be
You've seen
seen
already.
have been seen.
I'd like a new Mr. Freeze, to be honest. I'd like to see it.
But we've seen him.
Your
I know, I'm
question
saying
was
now.
who we haven't seen.
No, I know.
And I'll tell you right now, we're not going to get a Mr. Freeze in this new Batman because it's too unrealistic.
But I feel
I'd
like
say the
someone
only
could
one
try
that
it.
you're going to bring in now that can make it in this universe is Two-Face.
I was gonna say
or
you-
Scarecrow, right? Wouldn't you?
Scarecrow could work, yeah,
Yeah.
because it's all drugs. Like,
I was gonna say I'd like to see Two-Face where he's not like an afterthought, because in Forever he's an afterthought, and then in the new one he's like in it for a little bit, but not really.
he's not an afterthought in Dark Knight. He just is not Two-Face for very long. Like, but he's like an integral character throughout the movie because he's Harvey Dent through like
Right, but
three-quarters
when he's
of the movie.
Two-Face, it's
He
there's
like
not much-
becomes Two-Face
yeah.
like in the last like half hour of the movie.
I could see them doing this if they do a third film, having Two-Face as one of the main villains, like in this, because like someone wanting to take.
Well, the
over
district
Gotham
attorney
and
just
stuff.
died.
Yeah,
I could see Harvey Dent coming in this second movie,
Yeah.
and then perhaps like near the end of it, like getting like kind of like in Dark Knight, near the end of it, he gets his fucking face fucked up, but he doesn't come into play until the third movie.
yeah.
Like it's just kind of like a tease, like near the climax. Part of the climax of the second movie is Two-Face's disfigurement, and then like the tease at the end is like him in the hospital bed, just like flipping a coin or looking really pissed off or something. Like, and then it just cuts to the credits. What's gonna happen, and then like the third movie can be like have more time to kind of focus on like his like deteriorating like psyche
Yeah.
and like
I think
whatever.
Poison Ivy would be fun in this universe too. I know you said people weren't on there, but I think a modern Poison Ivy would be fun.
I think she's a little unrealistic.
Say fuck it, bring back Max Shrek, bro. Christopher Walken's still alive, get him while you can.
Legend.
I could. Who is somebody that you could do a realistic Deadshot,
Oh, okay, yeah.
but I don't think he could carry a movie on his own.
That's the problem. Like, there's a lot. Yeah, I mean, Batman has had enough villains like throughout cinematic history. Like, he's had multiple villains. It's not the same exact thing in a lot of these films. Obviously, Joker has come back numerous times, but
He's different every time, though. It's
yeah,
always
he
like
is.
a different
he
spin
is.
on him.
He is.
That's why I mean, like, I don't like he never really gets old. I actually kind of like Jared Leto's Joker. He gets a lot of hate, but I thought he was all right.
I thought he was fine. I haven't seen Birds of Prey. He's in that, right? He actually is in that, right?
I think so.
I have no idea.
I think so. I
I
saw
haven't
Suicide
seen-
Squad. I thought that like the
Oh, I
scenes
haven't
with
seen
him were
the-
like the best part of the
I
movie.
haven't seen the
so.
new Suicide
Yeah, I haven't
Squad.
seen
I
the
haven't
new
seen.
He's not in
Suicide
that,
Squad.
I
I
don't
didn't think
think.
so. Yeah. But you're right. When that other one, they work. It's that
Yeah.
other Suicide Squad is very forgettable. It's literally nothing. But
Yeah, I
like
thought
his-
all the best scenes were with him.
Yeah.
I thought my favorite scene in the whole movie was when Harley Quinn's daydreaming about them having like a normal life together.
Oh,
That was like my favorite scene in the whole movie. And then like, you know, the other shit like in the club and like when Batman's
Right.
like chasing him and
yeah.
like he like dives into the water and fucking saves Joker, I think.
He does, yeah.
Or does he save Harley Quinn? I can't remember.
He saves Quinn, doesn't he? He doesn't save Joker.
It's been so long. I don't know.
I think because that's why I think she.
Yeah, because she
Joker's
thinks
dad.
he dies.
Yeah.
Yeah. He saves her, but then like he shows up again like at the end of the movie, and like they run away together. That's interesting.
It's a cool look. He has a good look for it.
It was an interesting look. I liked it.
Yeah. Cheers. All right, buddy. What do you got? Anything to finish up?
Nah, I got nothing to say. Everyone had me hyped up. It was going to be on some David Fincher shit, and it really wasn't, but that's fine.
I don't think Buddy really enjoyed it.
No,
that much, to be
I
honest.
said I was going to give it 4 stars.
Buddy wants the Court of Owls to be in the next fucking Batman film.
Hell yeah. I said I'm giving it 4 stars, bro.
Buddy's waiting for that Batman Beyond movie.
But
bro.
Miles is like,
Bro,
I really like
I would fucking-
You know what though? And I'll say this right now. Clayface should be in a Batman movie. I don't
That'd be
think
hard.
that. I don't
That'd be
think
hard.
that this is. I don't think this is the universe for him. It's too grounded.
Yeah.
But like Clayface and Man-Bat are two Batman
I'd
villains
fuck with that.
that have not been in a Batman movie yet that I would like to see in a Batman movie. If the Ben Affleck Batman universe if they ever would have made like a standalone fucking Batfleck movie,
Right.
would have been a perfect place for fucking Clayface and Man-Bat. Because he's in the DC extended universe, so you can throw in like these ridiculous characters
Right.
that don't necessarily fit into like a Nolan trilogy or a fucking, you know, Robert Pattinson.
I know who I want as the villain of the next Batman film. I want it to be that picture of Joe Rogan where he's in the hot tub where he's like, it's the Bat!
God.
Oh god damn it! I mean, it's gonna be the Joker, and he's going to like manipulate the Riddler to kind of like do some shit for him, and then at the end he might kill the Riddler, or fucking, you know,
Or they could have
betray
sex.
him.
You never know.
There'll be a double cross at the end because Joker can't get along with anybody. He like does his thing. Like he'll probably maybe like. You think he'll go to war with Penguin, or do you think they'll like do like a team up?
I feel like maybe an initial team up, but it's going to be super short lived. Maybe. I like that Penguin. I like that Batman just like went into the club and was just like asking like who's this chick. Like Batman and Penguin were just like having a normal, quote unquote normal.
Well, this is before
conversation.
Penguin. Penguin's still like a grunt in this. Like he's
Yeah.
not like big time yet.
Yeah.
But Falcone's dead now, so Penguin's going to like take over all
Right.
of this shit.
Yeah, and they
like-
made that comment like, oh, you know, people are gonna rise up and take power now and stuff like the imbalance of power in Gotham.
Yeah, like Penguin's going to. That's why I think that he might go to war with Joker. Because if Joker breaks out and like he might try to like take up like all the fucking like turf or whatever.
Right, and it's Penguin versus Joker,
Yeah.
and then Batman's trying to make sure everyone doesn't fucking die. Penguin's a hell of a driver in this, by the way.
I think
Legend.
I don't know what the fuck he was driving, like a Kia Soul, but he was fucking outrunning that Batmobile for most
He
of it.
was. I think he was driving a Chrysler Like, no, for real. I think he had like a
He is
Chrysler
serious-
He was
300.
driving the Jabroni mobile. And
He was seriously just driving like a fucking sedan, like a
Well,
typical
Chrysler
sedan.
300's like peak at like 140, so I'll give him a little credit because I think that's what he had.
140. Batman's got fucking nos like shooting out of his ears in this fucking Batmobile.
He
Like
did have to go. They were going into traffic.
they
right?
were weaving through traffic, but Batman like early in the chase had like that strategy where he was going to drive through that wall and cut him off,
Yeah.
and somehow didn't catch up to him. Like
When he has a rocket on the
missed
back
him
of his
when
car.
we missed him when he came through the wall.
It's probably his first time driving the Batmobile, bro. It's all right. He'll get it. By the second film, he'll be a fucking master at this
I mean,
shit.
that scene where he's flying through the fucking fires was
Beyond
like,
hard.
fucking hard as
Beyond
fuck.
hard, yeah.
Like, and he like basically like Falcon punched like the back of Penguin's car, like the ultimate fucking pit maneuver, like the fucking flying lariat of pit maneuvers.
I like when they left Penguin like just in that fucking dark parking lot. He's like, "You guys are gonna leave me here," and he's like hopping and skipping, and they're just like burn out and drive away. Like
What-
Batman and Gordon, they're just like, "Oh yeah, we gotta go. We got shit to do," and they just leave him.
Well, yeah,
tied
his
up.
ankles were
What
tied
did he
up,
do
yeah.
that was funny before that? Like Penguin said something really funny.
He had a few one-liners.
Penguin had a few zingers for real.
It was like that scene. I can't even.
I can't remember.
He said something that I was like, "That's good. That was funny." I like the. I know we just keep talking. I like the like all the different ways Batman got into the club. Like one time
yeah.
as Batman, one time as Bruce Wayne, one time as Bruce Wayne turning into Batman.
Yeah.
Like where he just sneaks
And
in.
it's always the same two guards at the
Yeah.
door, and they have no fucking idea.
It's the brother, like the two brothers. Or, oh, you met the brothers. He doesn't he shoot a fucking grappling hook through like the one guy's leg, like actually through the leg at one point.
No, it goes like he shoots like around their legs and it like hooks around the back and trips them up.
Well, I thought there was one that hit like right above the knee, but
That would be hard, but I mean, I don't think that happened. It would give me some blood, but no, I think he usually like shot and it would just like go like here and then like come back and like hook on him. But yeah,
All right, Miles, bring us home.
bro, I might see this in theaters a second time. To be honest, I really enjoyed this film a lot.
I saw Dark Knight 3 times in theaters, so
Legend. I think we saw it opening night. I remember we were like first or second row at the mall theater.
I remember one time I went and saw it and I was like wearing a Dark Knight t-shirt and like jorts and there's like
There-
a picture of me on Facebook of me like throwing the horns next to like the poster.
There were some people walking out of this one I saw with like the Batman shirt, like for this film, and I was like, "How did you
Jesus
get that
Christ.
already?"
I like Matt Reeves a lot as director. He did great with the Planet of the Apes trilogy. If he gets his own trilogy for this, I think obviously it's insanely and it's really impossible to follow up Nolan's trilogy regardless of what you think of Dark Knight Rises, but I do think that if he does get his own trilogy, back-to-back Batman trilogies are going to be like basically untouchable compared to like any other superhero film. Honestly, if he can keep up what he did in this film, like for as far as like
Well, I think
modern
the next.
action
I
films,
think
it's
that
gonna be
I think the
great.
next one's gonna be better.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he's built
Than
his
this.
universe now. I think it should be.
Yeah, I think, well, the Joker's coming in on the next one, and so you know that's when shit gets, like, fucking serious, and, like, shit starts to really pop off. So, like, yeah, I think the next one will be better. I like that they leaned into, like, the detective side of Batman in
Yes.
this.
Yep.
Feel like they might have leaned into it a little bit too much, and, like, maybe not enough fucking punch harder Batman and a little bit too much just like examine crime scene Batman. Maybe like one or two less scenes of Batman examine. I want him to continue doing that because that is Batman, like the world's greatest detective. You know, solving mysteries and shit and piecing things together. If you know, figuring things out before they happen and stuff, like is very Batman. But like, you know, at a certain point, I just want to see him fucking break somebody's arm.
He fought a lot of fucking people in this. Let's at least be. He fought a shit ton of fucking people in this
And it was
film.
great every time.
It was great. Very great.
So I want to see more of it. Like when I want to see, like when I'm seeing him beat the shit out of all these dudes, and I would like to see. We got to get somebody in there that can go toe to toe with him. I don't know if the Joker will be able to. Some iterations of the Joker can, some can't. I feel like I kind of like the Joker better when he can't.
Can't.
Yeah,
Like
he's not a brute. He's
The silhouette, just like the base they showed of this Joker, he's not gonna be a toe to toe with this Batman.
like, and that's fine with me. But like, you know, they should get a villain in there at some point that can really fucking like go with them, or maybe they'll do like kind of like they did in Dark Knight. Even though the fight scene with Joker in Dark Knight kind of sucks, it doesn't suck, but like it's not like a fight scene per se.
Yeah.
But like somehow weaken Batman to the point where Joker can actually like do shit to him. You know what I mean? Get some shots in, make an actual fight scene out of it.
You know,
just don't put him on fucking steroids like they did at Arkham Asylum.
Oh my
Wait.
god. Not like that. I'm not saying make Joker stronger. I'm saying fucking weaken Batman.
my final thought is in the
Maybe
Batman.
like that with the steroids thing, maybe tease that a little bit more in the second movie, and then after Batman's like concussed like he was in this movie, he goes for the fucking
The adrenaline.
the adrenaline shot, and Joker like shoots it out of his fucking hand. He can't take it, and then Joker just starts fucking beating on him or something stupid like that. Maybe with like a sledgehammer or something. It's time to play the game.
the ultimate, the golden shovel. My final thought on the Batman, man, I just want Bruce Wayne to accept Alfred and be nicer to him in the next film, and you know, a little bit better of a collaboration. You know, I don't want to hear anymore. You're not my father. You're not this. You're not that.
He's a fucking.
He's an angsty emo
He's
boy.
angsty emo boy. He listens to fucking Nirvana covers. Like
I just want him to love Alfred a little more. That's all I got.
he loves Alfred. He just fucking can't show it properly. He has trouble communicating his feelings. He's Batman.
All right, that's all I got on it.
All right, well,
I liked it. Probably 4 stars for me.
4 stars from me as well.
4.
I'm getting texts. It's time to wrap this shit up. We'll hopefully be back with
Did we
another
match the
podcast.
Batman runtime?
Almost, probably. I don't know. No.
So
This is less than 2 hours, I'm sure. Maybe not, I don't know.
it's close.
It's getting
isn't it?
close.
It's close, yeah.
If you guys are listening this far, you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the show. We are available on all your favorite podcast streaming sites as well as on YouTube. We'll be back with another show at some point in the future.
Sooner than this last.
Sooner, I'm hoping there's not a 9-month gap. So
There won't be.
I'll see you guys next time. This is Buddy the Bruiser signing out.
Midnight Miles signing off.
Mazer Laser signing off. She signed off long ago. And Dynamite Jared signing out.
That's not what you say. What do you say?
Catch your ass down the road.
Damn right.
Dynamite Jared, I'll catch your ass down the road. I don't remember what the fuck I say. Oogity boogity.
We all have brain damage on this. I didn't say brain damage enough in this episode. The
I
first
hope
time
I didn't
said
start
it.
this off as Two Nerds the podcast.
No, you said brain damage.
Okay.
We all have brain damage. Good night.
I definitely got some brain damage in my car accident.
I was gonna say if anyone has it right now, it's you.
Yeah.